Got it today. Heading on the Vine Street Expressway, slow pretty much river to river in both directions. Let's head over the Delaware River, where we're looking pretty good down at the Coney. That earlier opening now is long done, but we are seeing delays on the Bailey's Furniture Jam Cam, the styles you love for less. It starts on the 42 freeway around 55 north heavy there as well, and a minor delay on the 42 southbound around 295 on the ramp to 295 south. A minor accident off to the side. Mass transit is on or close to schedule. Next update in less than 10 minutes. I'm Brian Ramon of the KRW 24-Hour Traffic Center. Thank you, Brian. And now the Eyewitness Weather 5-day forecast sponsored by Ambler Fireplace and Patio. Here's CBS 3 meteorologist Matt Peterson.
Through the overnight tonight, showers are going to be tapering off. Expect mostly cloudy skies and an overnight low right around 54. Partly cloudy then to start the work week on Monday with a high of 72. An isolated rain shower on Monday afternoon not totally ruled out. Looking at highs in the 80s on Tuesday, mostly sunny, and a late day cold front could spawn a late day thunderstorm for us. 70 on Wednesday, a mix of sun and clouds. Generally dry, but a scattered shower not totally ruled out for the middle of the week. A bit cooler in the 60s on Thursday with showers likely. And then we're going to end our work week on Friday on a bit of a high note, a high of 80 degrees or right around it on Friday afternoon, and a chance for a shower or a thunderstorm as well.
Right now it is light rain, foggy, misty, and 56 here at the Broadcast Center on Spring Garden at 3:34, and an appeal is being considered by Maximum Security's owners after the Kentucky Derby race stewards disqualified the horse for interference shortly after it won. Here's CBS News' Bill Nunn with more.
An appeal is being considered in the aftermath of the stunning twist of fate at Kentucky Derby. Country House was declared the winner after Maximum Security was first across the finish line, then was disqualified for interference. Jockey Flavian Pratt, who originated the objection, the claim of foul, wins his first Derby.
Well, it felt pretty good, actually. No, it's a great moment. I mean, it's a dream come true.
Country House trainer Bill Mott says
it may have affected it slightly, but I am going to say that it affected two other horses dramatically.
The infraction happened in the final stretch.
If what happened to us was the only thing they were looking at, I don't think you would have seen a disqualification. But it was mainly the other two horses that got bothered the worst. And they lost all chance.
This is the first ever Derby disqualification for an on-track infraction. Gary Nunn, CBS News.
Meanwhile, Country House was named the winner, even though he actually crossed the finish line second. The odds-on favorite Maximum Security crossed first, and that set up a lot of controversy. KYW's Andrew Kramer was at a Philip Derby watch party in University City and got these reactions.
As a big horse racing fan, Angelo from New Hope had a sour taste in his mouth after seeing the winner change.
I thought it was egregious. The better horse won, and I thought that should have been the end of it.
How does this change the future of horse racing, seeing something like this happen?
Well, for me, I might not ever watch another Kentucky Derby, to be completely honest with you.
This could be it for you?
This could be it for me. I'm done.
He did not bet on the race, but Griffin Corner and many others we spoke with did.
A winner's a winner. You can disqualify all you want, but we all know who the true winner is.
Did you make any bets on this race, and did this impact you?
Yeah, I put 300 down on it, and I lost it.
Because of this change?
Yeah.
So right before we learned about the disqualification, when we thought Maximum Security won, we spoke with Zach Hagelin. Here's what he had to say.
I love Country House taking second, and a long shot 62-1.
You sound like you won a little bit of money on this race.
Just a little bit.
That little bit must have turned into a lot after Country House became the winner. When that happened, we looked all over this Philip Derby party for Zach. I could not find him. Zach, if you're listening, congrats on the win. In University City, Andrew Kramer, KYW News Radio.
Russian news agencies are reporting at least 13 people on board a Russian plane, in Moscow have been killed. More from reporter Bud Michkin.
The plane reportedly caught fire in midair and made an emergency landing in Moscow. The BBC's Steve Rosenberg is in the Russian capital.
The fire broke out on landing, and there's some dramatic amateur video footage we've seen showing half of the plane, the back half of the plane, engulfed in flames as the aircraft sped along the runway before it came to a stop.
Many passengers escaped thanks to the emergency inflated slides.
Emergency chutes were activated. People were getting out down the chutes. But of course, the back half of the plane, which was particularly damaged, there was concern about passengers there. And we know that the emergency teams spent some time trying to locate and help people who may have been stuck in that back half of the plane.
Bud Michigan, CBS News. KYW Sports is sponsored this hour by SEPTA. SEPTA is hiring bus operators in skilled trades including masons, plumbers, electricians, and more. Visit SEPTA.org/careers to get started. At 3:38, it's KYW Sports, and with a look at sports, including this very busy Sunday with both the Phillies and Sixers, here's Ed Beckett.
And first up, the 76ers looking to take control of their series with the Toronto Raptors. Going to be very loud at the center. Let's get a live preview from KYW's John Johnson.
Yeah, it is so loud. I had to walk away from my seat inside the arena and go to the tunnel because it is deafeningly loud. As you mentioned today, the Sixers had the opportunity to take a 3-1 series lead over the Raptors in their semifinals matchup if they can come out with a W this afternoon. The first time in a long time, not a single Sixers report your starting five. Simmons, Redick, Butler, Harris, and Embiid. Pascal Siakam of the Raptors was a game-time decision. He will play. Certainly wasn't moving at 100% speed in his pregame routine, so we'll see if that affects his play. Game 5 will be back in Toronto Tuesday night. Game 4, Sixers-Raptors tip off in about 5 minutes, Ed.
It should be very exciting indeed. Across the street, Jay, Phillies and Nationals in the top of the 5th inning. Phillies leading this one 2-1. Zach Eflin still in the mound. Both Phillies runs coming home on an error.
It looks like they're trying to hang in and at least get it through with all this rain out here.
It is almost an official game. I'm glad I'm in a nice warm studio today.
Thanks a lot, Ed. It's 3:39. For the stories that matter to you.
The measles outbreak has now reached 22 different states.
Check back 2, 3, 4 times a day.
Health officials warn they may have been exposed. They are telling people to contact their physician.
Depend on KYW News Radio. You've never needed us more.
Hi, I'm Rick Urey, owner of Ambler Fireplace and Patio. After 25 years, we've outgrown our Colmar store, so we're moving to a bigger, better location, and it's only all of our brand new showroom displays. Our existing Colmar showroom is hosting a moving sale. Until the end of June, we're offering up to 40% off select heat and glow floor models. This is a great opportunity to purchase a slightly used, top-of-the-line heat and glow fireplace at a huge discount that comes with a full 1-year warranty. And we thought it would be a perfect time to promote our new location by offering a huge off-season discount on the best-selling fireplaces from Heat and Glow during the spring into summer sales event. The spring into summer discounts are available in all three showrooms in Colmar, Ambler, and Willowbrook. Shop with Ambler Fireplace this off-season for incredible discounts on all Heat and Glow products. Don't miss your chance to save up to 40% off Colmar showroom displays during the moving sale now through June 30th. Go to our Facebook page or amblerfireplace.com for more details.
Devereaux Advanced Behavioral Health, a non-profit behavioral health care provider, offers approved private schools throughout Chester County that help youth with emotional, behavioral, and cognitive differences learn and flourish in a caring, nurturing, and structured environment. A comprehensive curriculum and programs and supporting students and communities. Learn more at Devereaux.org.
If you or a loved one has been battling an addiction to drugs or an alcohol dependency, Recovery Centers of America and Devon, in addition to treatment for men and women of all ages, RCA at Devon is home to innovative addiction treatment programs. And individuals with multiple relapse episodes. For first responders, including military vets, police, and fire, RCA Devon offers a treatment program tailored to their needs for discretion, privacy, and camaraderie. Their patients will not be able to maintain long-term sobriety despite multiple attempts. RCA Devon offers a specialized program tailored to their needs. Call RCA Devon today at 1-800-RECOVERY. RCA Devon offers inpatient and outpatient treatment with outpatient programs for individuals with mental health and eating disorders. Call visit recoverycentersofamerica.com.
Chill out with Oliver. An Oliver AC tune-up for only $69.95 ensures your system is running efficiently and safely.
David Oliver here. Our techs will test the thermostat to ensure it's working properly. We'll inspect the indoor coil, blower, and filter. AC drain system will be inspected and cleaned. We'll check electrical components and clean the outdoor unit.
The Oliver AC tune-up is only $69.95. Call 1-855-OLIVER now or go to oliverheatcool.com. Sponsored by your local
At 3:42, it's time for traffic and weather on the twos. Let's go back to the roads with Brian Ramona. And 95 southbound gotten a lot better. Still some delays southbound around Broad Street. Northbound heavy from 452 up to the Blue Route. Slow again approaching Broad. Still some latecomers to the Phillies. Well, not the Phillies. They'd be really late. To the Sixers. Looks getting underway in a few minutes. Also, the Vine Street Expressway is jammed both ways, river to river, and on the ramp eastbound to get on the 95 north. On the Schuylkill West, slows from Passyunk to Vine, heavy again approaching City Avenue out to Gladwin, and then slow from 476 out to 202. Delays eastbound getting on at 202, heavy around Conshohocken, and then it's really jammed from City Avenue down to University. In the midst of that, you have a disabled vehicle in the right center lane right before Montgomery. Little assist on that one from the AT&T tip line at 215-724-1060. Blue Route South, still bumper to bumper from Broomall down to just almost Baltimore Pike, northbound from 95 up to Route 1. On the Martin Luther King Drive, it flows down to Sweetbriar Drive for recreational use, but opened up from the Art Museum Circle. On the other side, Kelly Drive detoured for the City of the Regatta. Let's head over to Delaware, and the bridges are in fine shape right now. In New Jersey, pretty quiet at 42 northbound, a little slow at 55 north there, heavy as well. As transit on or close to schedule. Next update less than 10 minutes. I'm Ron Renone in KRVU 24-hour traffic center. Now live with this weather forecast with CBS 3's Matt Peterson.
Overnight tonight, rain showers are going to be tapering off. We'll see mostly cloudy skies to go along with those diminishing rain chances. 54, the overnight low. Partly cloudy then on Monday afternoon, a high of 72 degrees. And an isolated rain shower in the afternoon on Monday, not totally ruled out either. Seeing highs in the 80s, though, on Tuesday. Mostly sunny skies and a late-day cold front could spawn maybe a late-day thunderstorm for us there on Tuesday. And another chance for a few scattered showers on Wednesday. Temperatures right around 70 degrees.
Right now, there's a little bit of light rain as well as fog and mist and 56 at the Broadcast Center on Spring Garden.
Are you ready to get out of the house? Been thinking of an RV? Let us help. Get our free guide at PARVing.com for a list of Pennsylvania dealers and campgrounds. Let yourself go. Get an RV. That's PARVing.com.
All news and all that matters to you on the air at 1060 and live anytime on the radio.com app. Download it now and add KYW News Radio to your favorites.
KYW News Radio 1060.
Good afternoon, J. Scott Smith here. The Professor Richard Forney is at the editor's desk on this Sunday afternoon. 3 things to know at 3:45 is sponsored by Jetstream Airport Parking. Number 1, more than 40,000 people braved the cool, rainy weather this morning to participate in the 40th annual Broad Street Run. Number 2, an appeal is being considered by the owners of disqualified Kentucky Derby winner maximum security after race stewards DQ'd the horse for interference on Saturday. And number 3, the flooding in the Midwest continues, and the Mississippi River has been at a major flood stage for 6 weeks. Now the Iowa city of Davenport is asking for federal help. Portland correspondent Bill Michaels.
Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds surveyed flooded downtown Davenport as city officials are looking ahead towards cleanup and recovery.
You know, you can look at the pictures and you can hear about it, but that's why it's so important, I think, to physically get here, to talk to people that have been impacted by it.
Davenport and Scott County leaders say they've submitted an application requesting a presidential disaster declaration, which will open up resources and funding for the flooded city. A levee breach along the Mississippi River flooded downtown Davenport this week following heavy rainfall. I'm Bill Michaels.
The school is staging a musical next weekend. Students at the Overbrook Educational Center rehearsed their lines for The Wiz, which the school is putting on next weekend. 5th grader Josiah Carter plays Toto, and he was eager to be in this year's show.
Last year I had watched Andy and it looked so good, so I wanted to be in The Wiz this year.
This year his school was among 3 schools getting $10,000 Picasso grants from Public Citizens for Children and Youth. Picasso Program Director Tim Gibbons says it's the first year for the multi-year grants.
It's building on the last 15 years of work and providing longer-term 3-year grants for 3 schools in Philadelphia.
Director and first grade teacher Meredith Leon says the money was used to buy better lighting as well as on sets and costumes. And she says getting her students involved in the musical helps them to perform better in the classroom.
Our attendance improves on drama club days because kids don't want to miss drama club, so they have to come to school. So it really just increases confidence and it increases, we see like reading levels rise.
Gibbons says PCCY plans to expand the long-term Picasso grants to 3 additional schools next year. Like the KYW News Radio. If you're a regular commuter always adjusting to the backups on Route 422 because of construction in the western suburbs, then this is probably the last thing you want to hear. Road crews will begin work tomorrow on another section of the highway. More on this from KOW's Mark Davis.
That's Brad Woodall says the new construction zone will run from between the Warriors track interchange west to Saratoga. And yes, there will be lane closures.
People expect lane closures off peak times, mainly nighttime. So we're looking at 1% p.m. to about 5 a.m. and that's the weekend.
Like I said, the project involves resurfacing a 5-mile stretch of the highway here and doing bridge deck repairs on 7 lanes using a busy section of the highway with lots of cars, trucks, and SUVs on the third level.
It's a major highway because it really improves folks just over the combined cars.
Woodruff says you'll have to be on with good information, which you can find right here, courtesy of our KYW Traffic Center. For Mark Abrams, KYW News Radio.
And what amounts to a real-life version of Super Mario Kart, a South Carolina driver gets the shock of his life when his windshield is hit by a flying turtle.
John Gardner was driving down U.S. Highway 501 near Conway. He was shell-shocked when the turtle went flying through the air on the busy highway and shattered his windshield. He was covered in glass but not hurt. He said the rear tire on a truck near him hit the turtle last Tuesday afternoon and threw the reptile into his windshield, giving him little time to react. The local TV station said the impact was so severe that it killed the turtle and both drivers had to stop their cars. The turtle ended up lodged in Gardner's windshield and he was told it would cost $2,000 to repair the glass and windshield work. I'm John Summers.
More than 2 million pounds of frozen meals are being recalled due to misbranding in an undeclared allergen, according to the Department of Agriculture. The recall impacts EFT's home menu chicken pot pie and chicken fried rice. The pots are distributed to retailers nationwide and health officials are urging customers to throw out or return the items to their place of purchase. The recall
southbound getting a lot better. There was that earlier problem around Cotman with the truck that was heading the wrong direction, but they got that out of the way. Southbound side actually pretty clear until you get down into Delaware County where it's a little slower around the Blue Route. On the northbound side, flows from the 322 up to the Blue Route interchange. Heavy again right just after the line through the Expressway up to Girard. Now the line is jammed river to river both ways. That's just lots of volume. On the Schuylkill Way, coming from South Philadelphia out to Girard, delays again from Montgomery out to the curve, and then slow again from Henderson Road out to 202. On the eastbound side, heavy at 202. Slow again approaching Belmont, and then delays from City Avenue down to University. In the midst of that, looks like they got the stable with vehicle around Montgomery off to the side. On the Martin Luther King Drive, it's closed down to Sweetbriar Drive for recreational use. Kelly Drive detoured on the other side of the river. That is for the City League Regatta. Heading over to Delaware. The Burlington-Bristol Bridge is getting ready for an opening for that tall ship that is heading north on the river. That should happen after the top of the hour. In New Jersey, we have a big problem on the New Jersey Turnpike northbound. We're jammed approaching exit 4, actually midway between 3 and 4, due to an accident involving a tractor-trailer. Mass Transit on our close to schedule. Next update in less than 10 minutes. I'm Brian Ramon, the KRDO 24-hour traffic center.
Thank you, Brian. And now let's get another look at our eyewitness weather forecast for the rest of your Sunday evening. Expect the showers to finally come to an end. Mostly cloudy skies and a low of 54 overnight. For Monday, partly sunny skies, mainly dry, maybe an isolated afternoon shower and a high of 72. And for Tuesday, mostly sunny skies. A late day thunderstorm is possible and a high of 81 degrees. But right now, it's 55 in Lumberton, 54 in Villanova, and it's 58 at the Acme in Bensalem. This report is sponsored by Acme. Sign up today for Acme's Just For You rewards. And 9 days of science, fun, and educational events throughout the region culminated with a big science carnival outside of the Franklin Institute on Saturday. KYW's John McDevitt was there.
There were more than 180 activities. Many had a question displayed like, are you ready for the space age? What makes a boat float? And what's the buzz about bees? There were interactive activities for each specific topic. 7-year-old Mark Cherry of West Oak Lane participated in a handmade model car race.
The electricity, I went to the battery, and then it went to the wheels that powered it, so then it would go all the way over there.
And you won the race.
Yeah.
There were robots, telescopes, and a giant inflatable brain you could walk through. Nikki Maley is the Assistant Director of Public Programs for the Franklin Institute.
Science is everywhere and it's for everyone. No matter where you are in your learning at any point in your life, there's science out there for you to experience and enjoy.
John McDevitt, KYW News Radio.
At 3:55, it's Money News on KYW. With a commentary, here's Donna DeCarolis, Dean of the Drexel University Close School of Entrepreneurship.
Planning to hire a summer intern? Hiring a student for the summer brings great advantages in terms of fresh perspectives and eagerness to contribute. Make the most of the intern experience for both the student and your company. Here are a few simple tips to make that happen. Plan ahead in terms of expectations. Don't randomly hire and play it by ear. Let interns know how their performance will be evaluated, how they'll be paid, and who they can go to with concerns. As a first work experience, these students need specific guidance. Companies often underestimate how much direction an intern needs. Given their inexperience, they don't always communicate well and fail to grasp what you want them to do. Define appropriate tasks an intern can realistically accomplish in the time they have with you. Let them shadow staffers and attend meetings to understand how ideas are implemented. Give them projects that assist different members of your team so they develop a diverse range of relationships. An intern can add value if you put in the effort to mentor them. With a business commentary from Drexel's Charles D. Close School of Entrepreneurship, this is Donna B. Careless for KYW News Radio.
The rainy weather couldn't keep nearly 40,000 people off of Broad Street this morning for the Broad Street Run. That's ahead in 3 minutes on KYW News Radio.
KYW, KYW-HD, and WIP-FM HD2, Philadelphia. When selecting windows and doors, you never want to compromise. We understand that at Freedom Millwork in Pipersville, Pennsylvania. Everything you build is quality, right down to your reputation. For over 100 years, Marvin Windows and Doors has been a trusted partner to professionals like you. We share your passion for the finer details and know that your customers feel the same. That's why Marvin provides you with style and design options without sacrificing performance and functionality. With Marvin, you never have to compromise. Trust replacement windows and doors from Marvin to deliver the quality you stand for. So for your next window replacement or remodeling project, partner with your independent Marvin dealer, Freedom Millwork. At Freedom Millwork, our team of experienced professionals are fully invested in making your project succeed. Visit Freedom Millwork in Pipersville, Pennsylvania today.
Hello, I'm Dr. Steve Gamberg, Chairman of the Department of Emergency Medicine at Mainline Health. The treatment of stroke closer to home may save your life. That's because early intervention improves outcomes. As part of the Jefferson Neuroscience Network, we're staffed 24/7 by Jefferson Hospital neurosurgeons and neurointerventionists who offer advanced, minimally invasive interventions like thrombectomy to save patients' lives. Acting quickly and calling 911 right away will help our emergency departments prepare to treat you or your family member before you arrive. Learn more at mainlinehealth.org/stroke.
Spring is here, and that means regatta time with boats racing the Schuylkill River. On May 17th and 18th, Philadelphia will host the 93rd Stokesbury Cup Regatta. Acme is proud to be the official supermarket hydration and sustainability partner of Stokesbury. Acme will be on site with a pop-up shop with ice, water, and much more. Acme is also once again taking their home delivery to the river. Find out how to have all your regatta tailgate staples delivered on site at StokesburyCupRegatta.com/Acme. Acme, the official supermarket of the Stokesbury Cup Regatta at your favorite local supermarket.
That's the kind of girl Warner wants. Someone serious, someone lawyerly, someone who wears black even when nobody's dead.
Legally Blonde. You loved the movie, now see the musical live at Walnut Street Theater.
I just need to prove to everyone that I'm serious.
Legally Blonde, the musical, starts May 14th at Walnut Street Theater. For tickets, go to walnutstreettheater.org.
Bruiser is not a dog. Bruiser is family.
Homeowners, summer rainstorms are on the way, which means now is the time to plan your roof replacement and repairs with Foxman's Roofing, Building, and Remodeling. Enjoy the peace of mind that having a quality roof over your head will bring this summer. 0% APR financing is available, so act now and weather the summer season with a dependable roof from Foxman's. Visit Foxman'sRoofing.com to schedule your free estimate with Foxman's Roofing, Building, and Remodeling today. Foxman'sRoofing.com.
So I'm a cat, and I just moved in with this new human, and she's got this little toy she's always playing with, all day long. Tap, 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 bloop, bloop. She can't put it down. There it is! Oh, and get this, she even talks to it. Last week she asked her for Chinese, and guess what? A girl showed up. Like magic. Humans have cool things.
Your shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
For the rest of your Sunday, expect the showers to come in tonight and have mostly cloudy skies and a low of 54. And for your Monday, partly sunny skies return, mainly dry but a possible shower and a high of 72. Hey, well, in news time, it's 4 p.m.
Southbound heading down towards the Vine 676, where you're going to start picking up that heavy volume right as the construction zone narrows things on the approach to Girard. It's pretty much sluggish out there all the way down to the Vine. When you exit to the Vine, it clears up for a second, but you continue westbound 676, it starts slowing right around the Ben Franklin Parkway, and you're sluggish over to the Schuylkill. Now westbound Schuylkill coming out the Vine, not too bad, so you get to Girard, you're going to start picking up some heavy volume from Girard up to the Boulevard, continue sluggish along the river, eases out by the time you get over to that curve though. Coming on the eastbound side, Schuylkill Expressway from the Boulevard down to Montgomery, heavy volume continues sluggish down to the Vine. Once you get around that to South Philly, you get a nice clean shot on over to the Walt Whitman Bridge. Eastbound 676, that's jammed across the city right now from the Schuylkill over to 95. I go down to Delaware County, 95 southbound on the approach to 476. That's sluggish. You got 4 miles of heavy volume on the northbound Blue Route from Ridley Park to Springfield. In New Jersey, still dealing with this heavy volume on the New Jersey Turnpike northbound approaching interchange 4. That's because of an overturned tractor-trailer blocking the right shoulder and possibly part of the right lane as well. Next update in less than 10 minutes. I'm Billy Dawson in the KYW 24-hour traffic center.
Now the Eyewitness Weather 5-day forecast. Here's CBS 3 meteorologist Matt Peterson.
Through the overnight tonight, showers are going to be tapering off. Expect mostly cloudy skies and an overnight low right around 54. Partly cloudy then to start the work week on Monday with a high of 72. An isolated rain shower on Monday afternoon, not totally ruled out. Looking at highs in the 80s on Tuesday, mostly sunny, and a late-day cold front could spawn a late-day thunderstorm for us. 70 on Wednesday, a mix of sun and clouds. Generally dry, but a scattered shower not totally ruled out for the middle of the week. A bit cooler in the 60s on Thursday with showers likely. And then we're going to end our work week on Friday on a bit of a high note. A high of 80 degrees or right around it on Friday afternoon. And a chance for a shower or a thunderstorm as well.
It's 56 degrees. We have light rain, and we're going down to 54 overnight. That bombshell ending of the Kentucky Derby still causing ripples. For the first time in the event's history, the winner was disqualified. So the second favorite was declared the winner.
An appeal is being considered in the aftermath of the stunning twist of fate of Kentucky Derby. Country House was declared the winner after Maximum Security was first across the finish line, then was disqualified for interference. Jockey Flavian Pratt, who originated the objection, the claim of foul, wins his first Derby.
Well, it felt pretty good, actually. No, it's a great moment. It's a dream come true.
Country House trainer Bill Mott says
it may have affected it slightly, but I am going to say that it affected 2 other horses dramatically.
The infraction happened in the final stretch.
If what happened to us was the only thing they were looking at, I don't think you would have seen a disqualification. But it was mainly the other 2 horses that got bothered the worst. And they lost all chance.
This was the first ever Derby disqualification for an on-track infraction. Gummy on CBS News.
KYW's Andrew Kramer got reaction on all of this at a Derby watch party in University City.
Rick Lurgo and Kevin Smith never met each other before attending this Phila Derby party, but they became friends real fast, bonding over their hatred for how the Kentucky Derby ended.
It's another example of where the officials and refs have taken over the sport. You have to let the sport play out with the people and the animals in the sport.
There needs a replay to go bye-bye. Let's take it back to what it used to be. A horse wins. We watched that horse win. He wins.
We probably didn't have to ask Kevin this. The answer seems obvious, but we did. Did you guys bet on this and did that?
Yes, I lost. I went from hot money to down money. Congratulations. Thank you, referees. You lost me money today.
Rick didn't bet.
But I'm offended because it has ruined horse racing for me.
We actually failed to find anyone at this party who was anything but upset with the finish. In University City, Andrew Kramer, KYW News Radio.
At least 13 people are believed to be dead after a fire broke out on a Russian passenger plane making an emergency landing in Moscow.
There's some dramatic amateur video footage showing half of the plane, the back half of the plane, engulfed in flames as the aircraft sped along the runway before it came to a stop. Now, once it stopped, the emergency crews, the fire service, the ambulances were on the scene very quickly, trying to get people out of that burn. And these chutes were activated, people were getting out. But of course, the back half of the plane, which was particularly damaged, there was concern about passengers there. And we know that the emergency teams have spent some time trying to locate and help people who may have been stuck in that back half of the plane.
Reports claim there were 73 passengers on board the flight from Moscow to Murmansk. It's 4:08. Time for KYW Sports, sponsored by SEPTA. SEPTA is hiring bus operators and skilled trades, including masons, plumbers, electricians, and more. Visit septa.org/careers to get started. Here's Ed Bankin.
Well, the 76ers got off to a flying start in Game 3. A bit of a different story to start Game 4. Let's go to the center and get a live update from KYW's John Johnson.
An ice-cold start for the 76ers, who were at 1.5 of 19 and very suspect defensively. Thankfully, Toronto, in particular Pascal Siakam, has gone ice cold at the rim, allowing the Sixers to pull within 3 points now after the opening quarter, 24-21 Raptors. Siakam was a game-time decision, and he certainly appears to be playing like a player who was a game-time decision, certainly not himself, of which the Sixers are able to capitalize with. Sixers lead the series 2-1, have a chance to put that stranglehold on it. They're through one quarter of play, and Sixers lead trail the Raptors, I should say, 24-21.
And Game 5 will be coming up in Toronto on Tuesday night. Meanwhile, across the street, despite the wet weather, Phillies and Nationals are doing battle. They have moved to the bottom of the sixth inning. The Phillies now have a 3-1 lead. It was 2-1 Phillies heading into the inning. Phillies had runners at first and third with one out. Pitcher Zach Eflin came up to sacrifice to move the runner to second, but laid down a perfect bunt. And with the catcher playing the bunt, it allowed Andrew Knapp to score from third base, giving the Phillies their third run of the game. Phillies' other two runs came in the first inning. They loaded the bases with one out after Odubel Herrera struck out. Up stepped Cesar Hernandez, who hit a ball through the legs of Jake Noll, the first baseman. That brought two runs across, and that gave the Phillies the early 2-0 lead. Kurt Suzuki accounting for the only Washington home run. That was a solo home run. Suzuki has 5 home runs this year, 3 in this series, 1 each game against the Phillies. Other than that, Zach Eflin has been very impressive. The Phillies starter has gone 6 innings. He has thrown 87 pitches, but he has allowed just 2 hits and the 1 run. He has also struck out 5 today and walked 2. So the Phillies now loaded the bases, bottom of the 6th, leading the Nationals 3-1. So Lynn, the Phillies fans and the Sixers fans hoping for a double victory in South Philadelphia.
Fingers crossed, Ed. Thanks. It's 4:09.
Spring is here, summer's coming, and KYW News Radio wants you to be green conscious about how much cash is in your wallet. It's KYW News Radio's Go Green Contest. Listen at 8:15 a.m., at 12:15 p.m., and 4:15 p.m. each weekday for a chance to win $1,000 in this national contest.
Let's think about customization presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Liberty Mutual customizes your auto insurance so you only pay for what you need. So why aren't more things in life customizable? Like, why do I have to pay a full gym membership when I don't even use all the equipment? Like the rowing machine. I don't know about you, but I'm not doing a ton of manual lake travel these days.
Go to libertymutual.com for a customized quote and you could save.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Coverage is underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Equal housing insurer.
Hi, I'm Jay Farner, CEO of Quicken Loans. 30% of Americans who are planning home improvements of $5,000 or more will pay for those renovations with a high-interest credit card. That may not be a great idea. A better idea may be to take cash out of your home with a Quicken Loans 30-year fixed-rate mortgage. The rate today on our 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is 4.5%. APR 4.78%. Call us today at 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com.
Rate subject to change. Pay 2% fee to receive this discounted rate. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. License in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
Hi, it's Sam Clover for CertaPro Painters, where I'm loving my house even more. Transformed or freshly updated for spring by my neighborhood CertaPro Painter professional. The process was easy. I called 1-800-GO-CERTA, set up my free estimate, and got some great advice on choosing just the right colors. Add instant value to your home and love your house again just in time for spring. Call your local CertaPro Painter, 1-800-GO-CERTA, or online CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. CertaPro Painters, we do painting, you do life. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. PA Contractor 004852.
We walk for unity. We walk for diversity. We walk for each other. We walk against hate. On May 19th, our differences bring us together. Each year, thousands of people join the Walk Against Hate to celebrate diversity and challenge bigotry with amazing live entertainment, a diversity expo highlighting fellow nonprofit organizations, food trucks, face painting, giant inflatables, and fun for the whole family. Join us on May 19th at the Navy Yard when we take a step in the right direction together. Register now at walkagainst.hate.org.
Businesses to watch.
Hi, this is Steve Shulman of Steve Shulman Marketing and Businesses to Watch. For over 27 years, I have worked with every kind of business. Now, with all the new marketing tools available, like internet, social media, email, and much more, choosing the right marketing tool for your business can be a bit confusing. However, if you're looking for a tried and true successful marketing campaign, that's how Businesses to Watch performs for your business. Call me. I know it works. I believe in broadcast. That's how you're hearing me right now. Think about it. I got you to know who I am, didn't I? Broadcast media sets the standard to reach customers while easily fitting your budget.
Businesses to watch. Available only through Steve Shulman Marketing. Spotlight your business the proven tried and true way. Businesses to watch. There's nothing like it. Call Steve now, 215-473-0994. 215-473-0994 or business
PlaceSToWatch.com.
It's 4:12. Time for traffic and weather on the 2, sponsored by Noon.
All right, we're going to go to 95 southbound here on the approach to 676 Divine. Still sluggish on the approach to Divine Expressway. Once you get onto Divine, go westbound. A little slow across the city. It really slows as you're trying to get onto that westbound Schuylkill. The eastbound line, that's sluggish from the Schuylkill Expressway across over to 95. Now, the westbound Schuylkill, moderate volume right now. Everything's kind of plugging along right now because of these wet conditions. But right as you're around the boulevard, and you got some real heavy volume here from the boulevard past City Avenue. It starts to thin out through Gladwin, but by the time you get to the Conshohocken curve, you're in pretty good shape there. Now, on the eastbound Schuylkill, that's heavy from Montgomery to Girard. Moderate volume down to the Vine, then around South Philly, you're in good shape. Now, Delaware County, 95 southbound, real heavy past the Blue Route down to 322. Your Blue Route northbound, 476, that's heavy from Ridley Park. Really about 4 miles of just a steady stream of volume up to Route 1. In New Jersey Turnpike northbound, still dealing with this overturned tractor trailer on the approach to Interchange 4. That's causing a couple miles of delays there as they try to roll through there. And also, you might be stuck right here at the Burlington-Bristol Bridge as they complete their opening as well. Next update, less than 10 minutes. I'm Billy Dawson in the KYW 24-hour traffic center.
Now the eyewitness weather forecast with CBS 3's Matt Peterson.
Overnight tonight, rain showers are going to be tapering off. We'll see mostly cloudy skies to go along with those diminishing rain chances. 54, the overnight low. Partly cloudy then on Monday afternoon, a high of 72 degrees. And an isolated rain shower in the afternoon on Monday, not totally ruled out either. Seeing highs in the 80s, though, on Tuesday. Mostly sunny skies and a late-day cold front could spawn maybe a late-day thunderstorm for us there on Tuesday. And another chance for a few scattered showers on Wednesday. Temperatures right around 70 degrees.
We have 56 degrees, light rain. Temperatures are holding steady overnight.
If you're injured in an auto accident, you have to act quickly. Call our Rothenberg Law Firm. For over 49 years, we've been winning for injured people, winning billions for them. The Rothenberg Law Firm, 1-800-624-8888, or visit us at injurylawyer.com.
Depend on us at 1060 on your radio, on the radio.com app, and on your smart speaker. Ask it to play KYW News Radio. Good afternoon, I'm Lynn Adkins. Dick Corney is at the editor's desk. 3 things to know at 4:15, sponsored by Oliver Heating and Cooling. More than 40,000 people braved the rain today to take part in the annual Broad Street Run, one of the city's most scenic race routes. Could soon be legal action taken following that astounding end to the Kentucky Derby where the winner was disqualified. And 3, rocket attacks in the Middle East.
Palestinian militants have fired more than 450 rockets across the border this weekend, paralyzing southern Israel. The Israeli military says it responded with airstrikes on more than 250 militant targets. Egypt is trying to broker a ceasefire to prevent the 4th Gaza war in a decade. Robert Berger, CBS News, Jerusalem.
Philadelphia Mayor Jim Kenney says his new plan for economic growth includes strategies to make sure everybody in the city benefits, even those who have traditionally been left behind. Here's KYW City Hall Bureau Chief Pat Lowe.
There's an old saying that the best social program is a job, and that pretty much sums up what the mayor is aiming for in the Growth with Equity plan handed out last week.
We want to be a dynamic, diverse city with a thriving economy that benefits all of its residents, in every zip code and from every background.
The plan includes some existing measures, such as tailoring workforce training to the job market, some long-standing aspirations, such as leveraging hospitals and universities to develop tech jobs, and some wage and tax reforms that would be state actions, but there are also changes the city can make to reduce the red tape burden for small businesses. The first was introduced in City Council last week. Councilman Derek Green says it eliminates the requirement for businesses making less than $100,000 to file a city business tax return.
Anything we can do that will help small businesses operate without additional regulatory burners, something that we should support.
At Globe, KYW News Radio.
This Memorial Day, volunteers will be placing flowers on grave sites of veterans who served our country.
It's a quiet tribute. MemorialDayFlowers.org co-founder Ramiro Peña says many of the flowers donated each year come from other countries to honor these heroes and the sacrifices they and their families make because of their service.
We get a great deal of support from Colombian growers, Ecuadorian growers, from Ethiopian growers, and obviously from California. California are one particular sponsors of the program.
The group is organizing the handouts of flowers at dozens of cemeteries this year. Those who'd like to give an hour and a half or so of their time can go to memorialdayflowers.org to volunteer. I'm Evan Heenan.
Car recalls are fairly common, but an investigation finds many dealers are still selling those vehicles.
Many car dealers are selling vehicles with open recalls, defects that can be life-threatening. These cars can't be sold in that condition because there's no federal law requiring dealers to check for safety problems before sale. Consumer Reports' Jeff Plunkett suggests car buyers check vehicle ID numbers at ntsa.gov before purchase. Or
go to any manufacturer's website, enter your VIN number. These websites will tell you if there's an open recall or not.
millions of open recall vehicles remain on the market. Stephen Kaufman, CBS News.
This week on the KYW News Radio Original Sports Podcast, One-on-One with Matt Leon, Matt sits down with legendary Temple University fencing coach Dr. Nikki Frank. Matt and Dr. Frank talk about her 47 years at the helm of the Temple program and also about her career as a competitor.
Dr. Frank was a member of 2 U.S. Olympic teams. She competed in Montreal in 1976, and she was set to head to Moscow for the 1980 Summer Games. But then the protest of the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan.
It was very, very frustrating. If you think about it, myself and other people more than myself. At the time, I was lucky. I was still going to school. I was teaching. But there were people who would put their lives on hold for 4 years to try to make a team. And then to have someone else take that away from you is so anti-sport. You know, sport is all about you get what you earn. And here you earn something and there's someone not involved that takes it away. And it was very frustrating.
You can listen to the entire interview with Dr. Nikki Frank by checking out my podcast, One-on-One with Matt Leon. Subscribe wherever you get your podcast. Matt Leon, KYW News Radio.
56 degrees, light rain at the broadcast center. Temperatures are holding steady overnight. It's 4:20.
One big Elvis and one big Elvis album. Coming up, it's Rewind. Sponsored by National Appliance Warehouse. Tax-free shopping on new kitchen appliances. National Appliance.
That's coming up in the next 5 minutes on KYW News Radio.
Hi, I'm Brian from 1-800-GOT-JUNK. She wants you to add on a bedroom, and I want a 2-car garage.
Follow me. This is where I want you to add on a bedroom. We've been using it as a storage room. This room is huge.
My turn. When stuff quits working, this is where I put it. A 2-car garage!
We work until midnight, 7 days a week, and we can be there in 90 minutes.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK!
Or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Mother's Day is next Sunday. What am I going to get her?
Why not send Mom some happy from Sherry's Berries?
The freshly dipped gourmet strawberries covered in decadent toppings of chocolate chips and pink shimmer sugar?
Yes, they start at just $19.99. Or you can double the berries for just $9.99 more.
Whoa!
Just go to the microphone in the upper right corner and enter code 7979. You've never seen dipped berries like these. They're giant, sweet, juicy.
I know, Mom will love them.
And they start at just $19.99. So double the berries for just $9.99 more. They'll arrive on the date you choose. Fresh, delicious, and beautifully packaged. And your satisfaction is guaranteed.
Okay, I'm definitely sending Mom some happy from Sherry's Berries this year.
Order now because Mother's Day is next Sunday, May 12th.
Remind me one more time.
Okay, so write this down. Shopberries.com. Click the microphone in the upper right corner and enter code 7979. That's berries.com, code 7979.
Hear the candidates for Philly mayor weigh in on the issues that matter to you. You're invited to a Democratic primary debate on Thursday, May 9th, presented by KYW News Radio's Flashpoint with me, Terry Gregg. Go to KYWNewsRadio.com/debate for your chance to be in the crowd at our broadcast center.
It's 4:22, traffic and weather on the tube, sponsored by Reproductive Medicine Associates of New Jersey and Philadelphia.
Well, then not much has changed. Things still sluggish on that westbound Vine Expressway 676 from 95 all the way across to the Schuylkill. It's just a heavy roll right now. Once you get on the Schuylkill westbound, that's also slow going from the Vine up to around Girard, and it seems to go down a little bit. It doesn't last long. By the time you get to the Boulevard, you get some real heavy volume emerging there with the City Avenue traffic getting onto the westbound Schuylkill. By the time you get into Gladwin, though, it looks pretty good. You got a clear shot through Broken Hills into King of Prussia. The eastbound side, heavy at a 202 merge in King of Prussia, but then it looks good really all the way down to Girard. You start slowing down. That's some normal moderate to heavy volume from Girard down to the Vine. Eastbound Vine sluggish from the Schuylkill Just about to 95, and it's a little heavy trying to get onto 95. That thins out by the time you get up to the bridge, though. In New Jersey, we're still dealing with this issue on the Turnpike northbound. Overturned tractor trailer on the approach to Interchange 4. It is blocking the right shoulder, partial of the right lane. It's about a 5-mile delay there, so that's going to cost you a little extra time. Next update in less than 10 minutes. I'm Billy Dawson in the KYW 24-hour traffic center.
Now the CBS forecast, flash flood watch for Philadelphia and immediate suburbs in Philadelphia area. Coastal flood advisory for Philadelphia and surrounding suburbs overnight. The showers will end tonight. It'll be cloudy, low 54. Then tomorrow, partly cloudy, mainly dry, but there could be some afternoon showers, high 72. For Tuesday, mostly sunny, could be a late-day pop-up thunderstorm, high 81. Right now, it's 57 degrees in Juniata Park, 56 in Winona, 54 at the Acme in Paoli. Sponsored by Acme, your favorite local supermarket.
Rewind on KYW. Sponsored by National Appliance Warehouse. May 5th, 1973. Elvis topped the album chart with Aloha from Hawaii, via satellite. This date in 1980. The syndicated debut of America's Top 10. A weekly report of what's happening in popular music in the USA today. Hosted by, this is Casey Kasem. Hello again. May 5th, 1995. The release of the romantic comedy, French Kiss. You can hear Paris, starring Meg Ryan and Kevin Kline. You seem so different. And May 5th, 2000. Angelina Jolie.
That was your first movie?
And Billy Bob Thornton.
I both called it playing like I already played.
Got married.
Come to find out I don't reckon my mother and
They divorced.
I reckon that didn't quite satisfy me.
3 years later. I'm Brandon Williams, and that's Rewind.
It's 4:25, time for Money News on KYW. Here's Teresa Moore Griffin.
At all times, two parts of our brain are governing how we behave. We're aware of the rational, deliberate self that's ruled by the prefrontal cortex, but the threat detector, ruled by the amygdala, reacts beneath the surface, causing us to lash out inexplicably. That self is enabled by the inner lawyer, which rationalizes, deflects, and blames. Good leaders understand the reactionary self is always present and work to manage it. Harvard Business Review contributors Tony Schwartz and Emily Pines offer ways to gain better awareness and control. Observe our dueling selves in real time and without judgment. Take notice when impatience, frustration, or anger arise. Notice when you're digging your heels in and justifying. These may be signs that you feel threatened. In challenging moments, Schwartz and Pines urge you to ask yourself, what else could be true here? And what's my responsibility in this? These questions will help you tamp down your inner lawyer. With Office Talk, this is Teresa Moore Griffin for KYW News Radio.
An event geared to building community and understanding for single moms was held this weekend. KYW's It Ask Business was there.
The second annual Single Mothers Brunch was held here in South Philadelphia. We come together over brunch. We talk about motherhood, relationships. We eat a little and we look good while we're doing it.
That's event creator and curator Tashaya Ayers.
Just have that community and network of women and people that you can share with and who can pour into you.
Because motherhood is hard.
Oh my goodness.
At the brunch, awards were distributed, including scholarships and laptops to teen moms like 18-year-old Sadia Brown.
Basically, I got an award because I'm going through high school as a single mom, and I'm also getting into Drexel University to study accounting and business.
The Brown says what really inspired her about the event was meeting other moms.
Support is the biggest thing because it's like really hard, and if you don't have the support, you won't really want to go through it.
For more information, follow Single Mothers Brunch on Instagram. Hadas Kuznets, KYW News Radio. It was wet and wild, and for most, wonderful. That's ahead in 3 minutes.
The road game takeover with Sports Radio 94 WIBN Fans of Philly. Sunday, October 13th. We'll take a trip to Minnesota to remind them of what happened in 2018. After complete airfare, 3 nights in a 4-star hotel close to the stadium, all-inclusive pregame tailgate, and your ticket to the game. Join hundreds of the best fans in America on a trip with Fans of Philly. Reserve your spot before they sell out at 94WIB.com/road-trip.
Hi, this is Norman Chaikin, otherwise known as Norman the Floorman. A couple sitting in their living room sipping wine, when out of the blue the wife says, I really love you. The surprised husband says, is that you or the wine talking? It's me, said the wife. I'm talking to the wine.
No kidding, folks. If it's quality carpet at drastic savings, you need to call me now. Call 800-220-RUGS. Call Norman the Floorman to save 50% off our competitor's best price. Now that's not chopped liver.
Learn the butterfly stroke.
Ride a real roller coaster, not an emotional one.
What would you do the day you learn you're cancer-free?
Go for a nice long ride to anywhere.
At Penn Medicine's Abramson Cancer Center, we've developed immunotherapies that train your body's healthy cells to seek and destroy cancer cells.
Sumarago with my wife.
Donate my beautiful new hair.
We use advanced radiation therapies that target cancerous tumors to avoid harming healthy tissues and organs.
Watch the sunrise.
And we turn breakthrough research into life-saving treatments.
Hold my son all day long.
Hold my mom all day long.
All so you can stop thinking about the day you were told you have cancer and start thinking about the day you may be told you don't.
I have my list right here.
Another reason why your life is worth Penn Medicine. Discover more at penncancer.org.
Leadership for Growth. A message from Icona Resorts. World-class business retreats. Icona.com.
It's been said that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. Do you feel like your business is stuck in neutral with little or no growth? How do you get it back in gear? Icona can show you how. With a 2 or 3 day business retreat that'll force you to focus on your mission, your vision, and your financial goals for your leadership team for the next year through the next 5 years. Imagine taking your leadership team to an environment away from the distractions of iPhone, iPad, and I don't know what I'm doing. It's also been said that if you don't know where you're going, how will you know when you get there? We all need a roadmap, a blueprint for our life and our businesses. Icona can show you how. Icona means business. ICONA means business.com. Icona means business.
We have 56 degrees, light rain at the broadcast center. Temperatures are holding steady. There's a coastal flood advisory for the area for overnight. Tomorrow we're going to have maybe some cloudy skies. Could be a shower in there too, and a high of 72. KYW News Time, 4:30. From the Penn Medicine Studios, home of the Immunorevolution. Learn more at immunorevolution.org.
This is KYW News Radio 1060.
A radio.com station.
Mother Nature proves to be no match for the 40,000 runners who took part in the 40th annual Broad Street Run. I'm Justin Udo.
A historic disqualification upsets horse racing fans in Philly.
I might not ever watch another Kentucky Derby, to be completely honest.
I'm Andrew Kramer.
Another section of Route 422 gets a facelift in the western suburbs. I'm Mark Abrams in Royersford.
In sports, Sixers hosting the Raptors. This is Game 4 in their series. Second quarter, Raptors lead at 36-32. And it's the Phillies and the Nationals top of the 7th. Phillies out in front, 7-1. It's raining in 56. Temperatures will hold steady overnight. Good afternoon. I'm Lynn Adkins. Our top story at 4:31. Daniel Kamoy and Susan Sherrodish were the first man and woman to cross the finish line at the 40th annual Broad Street Run. And it's KYW's Justin Udo reports, weather was nasty, but it was no match for these athletes.
Chris Golub came from Brooklyn, New York, and stood in the rain for hours with his 9-month-old and 2-year-old to cheer on his wife, brother-in-law, sister-in-law, and a couple of friends as they slogged their way through the soggy Broad Street Run.
The conditions are not great, but the smiles are on everybody's faces. The energy's up. Honestly, it kind of makes it more fun. It makes it more memorable. This is one we'll never forget.
Mike says having folks like Chris out cheering for them makes the run worth it.
It definitely is motivating. I think it takes your mind off being tired a little bit, and you kind of feel the energy of the crowd, gets the adrenaline going.
Bob Germanovich braved the weather to cheer on his friend Meg. He says he's just returning the favor, so a little rain is nothing.
Couldn't exactly tell her no after she stood in the rain for 3 hours waiting for me to come to the finish line of a triathlon.
Mike says the picturesque views of Philly you get on the run make it worth it, rain or shine.
You should do it. You should try it one time. It's really fun. Everyone who does it, I think, loves it and wants to do it again. So it's not an overwhelmingly intimidating distance. I think it's good for a first big race.
Justin Udo, KYW News Radio.
It's 4:32. Traffic and weather on the 2, sponsored by Window Nation. 50% off all styles of windows. Visit windownation.com.
All right, we're going to go to the Vine Expressway 676 eastbound, coming off the Schuylkill Expressway. Real slow across the city right now, over to 95. And even when you get on to 95 northbound, it's just jammed all the way up past Girard for the most part. And we'll even take it a little further to Allegheny. And things are just real slow right now because of the wet conditions out there. 95 northbound through Penn's Landing starts to slow right as you start merging with that. No major accidents or anything impeding your travel. It's just mainly because of these wet road conditions. We'll go to Divine 676 westbound. That's a little slow coming off the Ben Franklin Bridge. It's slow across the city. Really sluggish from the Ben Franklin Parkway over to the Schuylkill. Westbound Schuylkill slow from there up to the Vine. Continues sluggish up to Girard. Looks good though. Up to the Boulevard. You'll slow again from the Boulevard up through Gladwin. Looks good around the Conshohocken curve down in Delaware County. Still dealing with the heavy volume. 95 southbound on the approach to the 476 Blue Route. Northbound Blue Route, that's heavy up to Route 1 from Ridley Park in New Jersey. Thanks to my Wazer user who's letting us know that it's still jammed on the Turnpike northbound on the approach to Interchange 4 because of an overturned tractor trailer blocking the right shoulder and partial right lane. I'm Billy Dawson in the KYW 24-hour traffic center.
Now the Eyewitness Weather 5-day forecast. It's sponsored by Ambler Fireplace and Patio. Here's CBS 3 meteorologist Matt Peterson.
Through the overnight tonight, showers are going to be tapering off. Expect mostly cloudy skies and an overnight low right around 54. Partly cloudy then to start the work week on Monday with a high of 72. An isolated rain shower on Monday afternoon not totally ruled out. Looking at highs in the 80s on Tuesday, mostly sunny, and a late day cold front could spawn a late day thunderstorm for us. 70 on Wednesday, a mix of sun and clouds. Generally dry, but a scattered shower not totally ruled out for the middle of the week. A bit cooler in the 60s on Thursday with showers likely. And then we're going to end our work week on Friday on a bit of a high note. A high of 80 degrees or right around it on Friday afternoon. And a chance for a shower or a thunderstorm as well.
It's 56 degrees. We have light rain. Temperatures are holding steady. An appeal is being considered after Kentucky Derby race stewards disqualified the horse that actually crossed the finish line.
It's the objection heard round the world. The first Kentucky Derby horse to cross the finish line was disqualified yesterday. 3 horses bumped in the final stretch. Country House was declared the winner by track stewards. Maximum Security was out. CBS's Laura Podesta.
His jockey said the noise of the crowd of 150,000 fans unnerved the horse. Track conditions were listed as slow for the 19 horses that battled it out. First race, the Triple Crown.
It's the first ever Derby disqualification for an on-track infraction. Country House trainer Bill Mott reflects.
I'm glad I didn't have to make the decision in front of over 100,000 people. And the millions of people that are watching us on TV and around the world. With that being said, I'm damn glad they put our number out.
The winner paid $132.40. There is talk that of an appeal. Gary on CBS News.
KYW's Andrew Kramer was at the Phila Derby watch party in University City, and you can imagine he had some interesting reaction to all that chaos.
As a big horse racing fan, Angelo from New Hope had a sour taste in his mouth after seeing the winner change.
I thought it was egregious. The better horse won, and I thought that should have been the end of it.
How does this change the future of horse racing, seeing something like this happen?
Well, for me, I might not ever watch another Kentucky Derby, to be completely honest.
This could be it for you?
This could be it for me. I'm done.
He did not bet on the race, but Griffin Corner and many others we spoke with did.
A winner's a winner. You can disqualify all you want, but we all know who the true winner is.
Did you make any bets on this race? Did this impact you?
Yeah, I put $300 down on it.
Conclusion for this change? So right before we learned about the disqualification, when we thought Maximum Security won, we spoke with Zach Hagelin. Here's what he had to say.
I like Country House taking second at a long shot 62 to 1.
You sounded you won a little bit of money on this race. Just a little bit. That little bit must have turned into a lot after Country House became the winner. When that happened, we looked all over this Phila Derby party for Zach and could not find him. Zach, if you're listening, congrats on the win. In University City, Andrew Kramer, KYW News Radio.
Imagine having a brush with not just one, but 2 school shootings.
This past week's campus shooting was not the first time UNC Charlotte junior Emma DeMola experienced the hysteria, pain, and anguish with an active shooter situation.
I'm exhausted of hearing about shooting after shooting. It breaks my heart every time because I know exactly what they're going through.
DeMola was a student at Newtown High School in Connecticut at the time of the nearby Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting in 2012. She's adamant that elected officials do something about gun violence. Jim Priscilla, CBS News, Charlotte, North Carolina.
4:38, time for KYW Sports, sponsored by SEPTA. SEPTA is hiring bus operators and skilled trades, including masons, plumbers, electricians, and more. Visit SEPTA.org/careers to get started. Here's Ed Banker.
Well, a bit of a different first half for the 76ers in Game 4 than in Game 3. Let's go to the center and get a live update from KYW's John Johnson.
Yeah, 1:59 remaining in the first half. Sixers trail the Raptors 43-38. Very interesting game as the Sixers started off this one ice cold at both ends. Thankfully, Toronto has 8 of their final 9 shots in the opening quarter, allowed the Sixers to keep that deficit within 3 after 12 minutes. Toronto pulled ahead by double digits midway through the second quarter here, with the Sixers on a run of their own. So it'll only be very sluggish offensively, but a monster defensively. So we'll see how this plays out. He did land awkwardly on Grimace, favoring his left knee shortly ago. It's game 4 of a best of 7. Sixers lead 2-1. As 90 seconds remaining in the second quarter, Raptors lead the Sixers 43-40.
Very intense first half in South Philadelphia. Across the street, it is all Phillies in the rain and the wet weather against the Nationals. They are currently playing in the bottom of the 7th. Phillies in control this one, leading 7-1, trying to make it 2-3 against the Nationals. Phillies played at 2 in the first inning thanks to an error, and then broke the game open with a 5-run 6th inning. Big goal that inning coming by Rhys Hoskins, who doubled over a pair of runs. Bryce Harper also knocked in a run. Zach Eflin got the first run of the game in. The pitcher bunted to sacrifice with runners at first and third and 1 out. But it was a perfect run, and with the catcher playing the bunt, the run was able to score, and that got the ball rolling for the Phillies. Eflin is through 7 innings. He is likely done for the day, but what a strong performance. Eflin threw 108 pitches. He's got just 4 hits and 1 run. This after pitching a complete game in his last outing. Phillies threatening again, bottom of the 2nd, runner on 2nd, 1 out. And then the Phils in cruise control lead the Nationals 7-1.
They said it's 4:39. Here are the candidates for Philly mayor. Weigh in on the issues that matter to you. You're invited to a Democratic primary debate on Thursday, May 9th, presented by KYW News Radio's Flashpoint with me, Cherry Gregg. Go to KYWNewsRadio.com/debate for your chance to be in the crowd at our broadcast center.
I'm Rick Urey, owner of Ambler Fireplace and Patio. After 25 years, we've outgrown our Colmar store, so we're moving to a bigger, better location, and it's only 2 blocks away. To make room for all of our brand new showroom displays, our existing Colmar showroom is hosting a moving sale. Until the end of June, we're offering up to 40% off select heat and glow floor models. This is a great opportunity to purchase a slightly used, top-of-the-line heat and glow fireplace at a huge discount that comes with a full 1-year warranty. In addition, we thought it would be a perfect time to promote our new location by offering a huge off-season discount on the best-selling fireplaces from Heat and Glow during the Spring into Summer sales event. The Spring into Summer discounts are available at all 3 showrooms in Colmar, Ambler, and Willow Grove. Shop with Ambler Fireplace this off-season for incredible discounts on all Heat and Glow products. And don't miss your chance to save up to 40% off Colmar showroom displays during the moving sale now through June 30th. Go to our Facebook page or amblerfireplace.com for more details.
Love, kindness, gratitude. Pizza! Pizzadelphia is back, and it's bigger and tastier than ever. More unlimited pizza samples from 30 iconic pizza brands, more live music, more top chefs. You know Philly has the best pizza in the country, and Pizzadelphia 2 will prove it. Saturday, June 15th at the Navy Yard. Last year's event sold out, so get your tickets now. Go to PizzadelphiaFest.com.
Summer heat is right around the corner. Is your AC ready? No? Then call Hutchinson and win instantly. Get $1,650 guaranteed in Hutchinson Victory Cash toward any new Carrier AC system, plus get up to $1,650 in Carrier Cool Cash. It all adds up to huge savings you won't find anywhere. Visit HutchComfort.com or text the word victory to 84444. Hutchinson, expertly better.
Attention timeshare owners. Did some high-pressure salesperson twist your arm into buying a timeshare? Did they forget to mention that the vacation times you want will never be available, or that it'll cost you more to use the timeshare than if you just booked online as a non-owner? I bet that salesperson also forgot to mention your fees will go up year after year after year. They misled you. It's not right, and it's not your fault. Whether you bought decades ago or days ago, we can help. Timeshare Freedom Group's Freedom Process has helped thousands of people get out of unwanted Freedom Group at 800-491-2237. 800-491-2237. 800-491-2237. Or come meet us face-to-face at your local office. TimeshareFreedomGroup.com.
It's 442. Time for traffic and weather on the 2.
All right, 76 westbound, Schuylkill Expressway jammed right now from there up to the Vine. Continues slowly past the Vine. Then moderate, we'll say, past through all the things out and see to City Avenue. It's still dealing with this heavy volume from City Avenue. Let's get around the Conshohocken Curve. Over to the Vine Expressway westbound. Still heavy from Broad over to the Schuylkill Expressway. On the eastbound side, much improved really from the Schuylkill over to 95, although it is still a little sluggish merging with 95 northbound. That continues slow on 95. It's still around Allegheny, and then it seems to thin out. Things are pretty good. 95 southbound in Delaware County on the approach to the Blue. Still sluggish over 322. Northbound 476 from 95 through Woodland Park. Heavy volume for about 4 miles up past Route 1. In New Jersey, the Turnpike northbound, we're still dealing with a really heavy volume on the approach to Interchange 4. That's because of an overturned tractor trailer. You're looking at about 4.5 to 5 mile delay there. 55 northbound, still heavy on the merge of the 42 freeway. I'm Billy Dawson in KYW 24-hour traffic center.
Now the eyewitness weather forecast with CBS 3's Matt Peterson.
Overnight tonight, rain showers are going to be tapering off. We'll see mostly cloudy skies to go along with those diminishing rain chances. 54, the overnight low. Partly cloudy then on Monday afternoon, a high of 72 degrees. And an isolated rain shower in the afternoon on Monday, not totally ruled out either. Seeing highs in the 80s though on Tuesday. Mostly sunny skies and a late day cold front. 6 spawn maybe a late day thunderstorm for us there on Tuesday. And another chance for a few scattered showers on Wednesday. Temperatures right around 70 degrees.
Right now 56 degrees cloudy. Temperatures are holding steady. Did you know commuters who choose to ride SEPTA over driving reduce their carbon footprint by 1 pound for every mile they don't drive? Reduce your carbon footprint this weekend on SEPTA. Plan your trip at iSEPTAPhilly.com. Stay connected with the radio.com app. Download it now and listen anytime, anywhere. Good afternoon, I'm Lynn Agson. Dick Corney is at the editor's desk. 3 things to know at 4:45, sponsored by Jetstream Airport Parking. More than 40,000 people pounded the pavement down Broad Street. At the annual Broad Street Run, the weather was lousy, but it didn't dampen spirits. There could soon be a legal action following that astounding end to the Kentucky Derby, where the winner is disqualified. 3, 9 days of science, fun, and educational events throughout the region, ended with a big science carnival outside the Franklin Institute. Here's KYW's John McCavitt.
There were more than 180 activities. Many had a question displayed like, are you ready for the space age? What makes a boat float? And what's the buzz about bees? There were interactive activities for each specific topic. 7-year-old Mark Cherry of West Oak Lane participated and made model car race. Won the race. There were robots, telescopes, and a giant inflatable brain you could walk through. Mickey Maley is the Assistant Director of Public Programs for the Franklin Institute.
Science is everywhere and it's for everyone. No matter where you are in your learning at any point in your life, there's science out there for you to experience and enjoy.
John McDevitt, KYW News Radio.
The next major phase of construction on Route 422 in the western suburbs starts tomorrow. Here's KYW's Mark Abrams.
If you're a regular Route 422 commuter, this may not be the news you want to hear. The construction crews will affect the daily commutes of 55,000 or so drivers who use 422 here from the Warriorsport Track Interchange all the way to Saratoga. PennDOT says lane closures will start at night and begin in about a week or so. But there may be some daytime work and even a couple of weekends for the next 2 years. PennDOT's Brad Rudolph.
It's about a 5-mile stretch of pavement that we're going to go ahead and mill and overlay and perform structural repairs to about 7 structures within that 5-mile project limit.
The structures are bridges, although Rudolph insists they're only doing minor bridge deck and road surface work on them, not replacing any of them like the crews are doing further east on the stretch of the highway near Valley Forge.
It's going to be an inconvenience, I would say. Certainly plan ahead. You know how the backups can be, and it can take an extra many more minutes to get through. So just plan accordingly.
Rudolph says the $17 million job should be finished by July 2021. In Warriorsport, Mark Abrams, KYW News Radio.
A round of new arts grants this year is beginning to bear fruit in Philadelphia schools. It's the update from KYW's Mike DiNardo.
It's crunch time
Educational Center, where students are in their final days of rehearsals for their production of The Wiz next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 7th grader Heavenly Crespo is playing Dorothy, and for her, this is more than simply an after-school activity.
It gets me out of my comfort zone, and it gets me away from all the schoolwork, and lets me have fun and do what I love.
Director and first grade teacher Meredith Leon says for her students, the value of the experience goes beyond the stage.
It gets kids up, it gets kids moving, it gets kids working together, learning from each other, and being a part of something that's bigger than themselves.
OEC, along with the Cook-Wissahickon Elementary and Tilden Middle Schools, received the first $10,000 multi-year Picasso Arts Grant this year from Public Citizens for Children and Youth. Tim Gibbon is PCCY's Picasso Project Director.
It's not just about, one class, together, connects the different things the students are learning in all of their classes.
Leon says OEC has used the money for long-lasting items, including lighting, as well as the set and costumes. Gibbon says PCCY plans to expand the grants to 3 more schools next year. Mike DiNardo, KYW News Radio.
The Mississippi River has been at a major flood stage for 6 weeks now. Now the city of Davenport, Iowa is asking the federal government for some help.
Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds surveyed flooded downtown Davenport as city officials are looking ahead towards cleanup and recovery.
You can look at the pictures and you can hear about it, but that's why it's so important, I think, to physically get here, to talk to people that have been impacted by it.
Davenport and Scott County leaders say they have submitted an application requesting a presidential disaster declaration, which will open up resources and funding for the flooded city. A levee breach along the Mississippi River flooded downtown Davenport this week following heavy rainfall. I'm Bill Michaels.
We have 56 degrees. It's cloudy right now at the broadcast center. Temperatures are holding steady overnight. It's 4:50. Advice from an expert on the last 3 episodes of Game of Thrones.
4 and 5 and 6, they're all insane.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. That's coming up in the next 5 minutes on KYW News Radio.
For quality replacement windows and doors, along with personalized guidance and service, connect with Springhouse Window and Door in Pennsylvania and Delaware.
Leaky, cracked, stuck. If any of these words describe your windows and doors, then it's time to consider investing in your home. Your Marvin dealer will guide you through the entire replacement process, from choosing products and materials to selecting designs and options that reflect your style. Replacement windows and doors from Marvin can improve the comfort, functionality, and energy efficiency of your home. Trust your local dealer and Marvin for personalized service and long-lasting solutions.
Visit Springhouse Window and Door, your local Marvin authorized installer, for the information you need to get started. Be sure to ask how you can save up to $500 off the installation of new Marvin windows and doors. Visit one of our showrooms or at gospringhouse.com. That's gospringhouse.com.
Hello, I'm Dr. Steve Gamberg, Chairman of the Department of Emergency Medicine at Mainline Health. The treatment of stroke closer to home may save your life. That's because early intervention improves outcomes. As part of the Jefferson Neuroscience Network, we're staffed 24/7 by Jefferson Hospital neurosurgeons and neurointerventionalists who offer advanced, minimally invasive interventions like thrombectomy to save patients' lives. Acting quickly and calling 911 right away will help our emergency departments prepare to treat you or your family member before you arrive. Learn more at mainlinehealth.org/stroke.
Hear the candidates for Philly mayor weigh in on the issues that matter to you. You're invited to a Democratic primary debate on Thursday, May 9th, presented by KYW News Radio's Flashpoint with me, Cherry Gregg. Go to KYWNewsRadio.com/debate for your chance to be in the crowd at our broadcast center. It's 4:52, traffic and weather on the tube.
All right, we're going to go down to Delaware County, 95 northbound, coming across the state line into the Commonwealth. You got some moderate to heavy volume from the Welcome Center up to 322 on 95 southbound, approaching the Blue Route. Starting to see some more volume build. Now, this is actually going back to right around Wanamaker. You'll start slowing down from Wanamaker past the Blue Route. Just kind of a sluggish merge there. 476 northbound. The Blue Route coming off 95 there, that's also still heavy. Seems to thin out, though, through Swarthmore, and you got a little volume right around Route 1, but then a nice clean shot up to Conshohocken. Schuylkill Expressway eastbound, and King of Prussia still heavy at that 202 merge. Looks pretty good, though, around the Conshohocken curve down to City Avenue. You'll pick up a little volume on the approach to the Vine. It's the westbound Schuylkill Expressway that's jammed really from there up to the Vine. Continues sluggish past Vine up to Girard, but then you get a nice, pretty good ride for the most part up to City Avenue. On the Vine Expressway eastbound, looks good across the city now until you get over to 95. Still dealing with that sluggish volume on the merge because things are real tight there on 95 northbound heading up to Allegheny. On the the westbound 676 Vine, still heavy from the Ben Franklin Parkway over to the Schuylkill Expressway merge. I'm Billy Dawson in the KYW 24-hour traffic center.
Now look at the forecast. We have a coastal flood advisory for Philadelphia and the suburbs overnight. Showers will end tonight, mostly cloudy, then overnight, low 54. Took 55 nights to shoot, and what you saw was what you got. Episode 4, Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News. Instead of packing lunches, some high school...
The double cheese and sausage.
But the deliveries have become so frequent and disruptive in some districts, many schools, like in Michigan, have banned them.
Deliveries are coming all the time.
Services that come to your door to stick you with an IV cure.
We have electrolytes and we have sugar. These are things that get depleted when you have a hangover.
Dr. Stephen Murphy co-founded Hangover MD over 5 years ago.
In addition, we also add a few medications, including Toradol. It helps cool down our body.
TheCureIV.com sets up at major venues like Coachella to help take the edge off overindulging. A marketing video on the Cure IV website shows the service is not cheap.
Our hospital started $200 in the Los Angeles area. The regular patients that are very health conscious, they're spending about $500 to $1,000 a week.
Gwyneth Paltrow's group website wrote about 8 IV companies selling drips for detox, beauty, immunity, and performance, many of which also offer hangover treatments. U.S. Food and Drug Administration doesn't regulate IV drips, but it did crack down last year on one company that promised help for serious medical conditions, including cancer. With Money News from Bloomberg on KYW, I'm Greg Joe.
It's 4:56. We have 56 degrees. It's raining again at the broadcast center. Temperatures will hold steady overnight. And there's a coastal flood advisory for the overnight hour. One South Carolina driver got quite stuck. John Gardner was driving down U.S. Highway 501 near Conway, but was shell-shocked when a turtle went flying through the air on the busy highway and shattered his windshield. He was covered in glass, but not hurt. He said the rear tire on a truck near him hit the turtle last Tuesday afternoon and threw the reptile into his windshield, giving him no time to react. A local TV station said the impact was so severe that it killed the turtle and both drivers had to stop their cars. The turtle ended up lodged in Gardner's windshield and was told it'll cost $2,000 to repair the glass and windshield wipers. I'm John Stoltz. The rain was no match for the 10 miles of pavement. That's ahead in 3 minutes.
KYW-HD and WIPFM HD2 Philadelphia.
Hi, I'm Dr. Michelle Smith, Chief of Neurosurgery at Mainline Health, part of the Jefferson Neuroscience Network. When it comes to stroke, new research tells us that many more patients are eligible for a minimally invasive treatment called thrombectomy that can reverse stroke symptoms and restore brain function. Mainline Health provides this life-saving treatment 24/7 right here close to home. But we know timing is everything, so if you experience stroke symptoms, call 911 right away. Learn how Mainline Health is providing cutting-edge stroke care to patients at mainlinehealth.org/stroke.
Pop quiz. If you sell a home for $500,000, how much would a traditional real estate agent charge in commission? If you guessed $25,000 to $30,000, you're right. But if you think that's the only way, you're wrong. This is why thousands of homeowners are making the switch to Rex. With Rex, you get a dedicated agent and a full-service experience at a fraction of the cost. Rex uses game-changing technology to cut out the middleman and save homeowners tens of thousands of dollars in fees. See if you qualify by calling 833-REX-HOME. That's 833-REX-HOME. Remember, this is your home. Why give an insane amount of equity away to an agent? Rex offers the lowest fee in the industry without skimping on service. You'll work with a licensed local expert with you every step of the way. Get the most out of your home. See if you qualify by calling 833-REX-HOME. 833-REX-HOME. That's 833-REX-HOME. Real estate broker. Minimum fee applies. License number RB068928.
Dean Bezdosi, president of A Better Financial Plan, and we've got an insured investment that'll pay you 10% for a 1-year use of your money. Take a listen.
Hi, I'm Steve Whitmer from Lansdale, PA, and I've been a Better Financial Plan client for 3 years.
After learning about 4 totally different investment options, I decided to move ahead with 2. My wife and I received double-digit returns on both investments. One of the investments pays us a check every month on the same day and has never been late. 100% of the principal is returned to us at the end of each year, and obviously we've reinvested. My wife and I couldn't be happier. Do yourself a favor, stop thinking about it, make an appointment, you'll be glad you did.
Get a 10% return with no market risk for a 1-year use of your money. Grab your cell phone and listen to a free recorded message to learn more. Call 855-999-1346. That's 855-999-1346. Call now.
It's spring, so come out and play in the yard at Citizens Bank Park, featuring lots of fun activities for families, like the Turkey Hill Ice Cream Bar for kids and the Backyard Bar for parents, the Bullpen Speedfish, and the Fanatic Climbing Wall. There's no wonder the yard has become one of the most family-friendly spaces in baseball. Make plans for your family to see a Phillies game and plan to play in the yard. Order tickets now at Phillies.com.
We have a coastal flood advisory for Philadelphia and the surrounding suburbs through the overnight hours. We have 56 degrees. It's raining lightly right now at the broadcast center. Temperatures will hold steady. KYW News Time, 5 o'clock. If you change your thinking, everything will change for you. Icona makes it possible with transformative business retreats. ICONA, meansbusiness.com. A radio.com station.
A memorable Broad Street run for both runners and spectators.
Conditions are not great, but the energy's up.
I'm Justin Udo.
A Derby DQ sends this block party into a frenzy.
Thank you, referees. You lost me money.
I'm Andrew Kramer in University City.
Hoping to spread the benefits of Philadelphia's economic success, the administration unveils a new growth plan. I'm Pat Lowe.
In sports, the Sixers looking to go up 3-1 in Toronto, currently lead the Raptors at the start of the third quarter, 49-47, while the Phillies are up big 7-1 on Washington in the eighth. It's raining at 56. Good afternoon, I'm Jay Scott Smith, and here's our top story at 5:01. More than 40,000 people took part in the 40th annual Broad Street Run this morning that stretched from North Philadelphia to the Navy Yard. As KYW's Justin Udo reports, the wet weather is no match for the participants. Chris Golub came from Brooklyn, New York, and stood in the rain for hours with his 9-month-old and 2-year-old here on his bike, brother-in-law, sister-in-law, and a couple of friends as they slogged their way through the soggy Broad Street Run.
The conditions are not great, but the smiles are on everybody's faces. The energy's up. Honestly, it kind of makes it more fun. It makes it more memorable. This is one we'll never forget.
Mike says having folks like Chris out cheering for them makes the run worth it. It definitely is motivating. I think it takes your mind off being tired a little bit, and you kind of feel the energy of the crowd, gets the adrenaline going. Bob Jurmanovich braved the weather to cheer on his friend Meg. He says he's just returning the favor. So a little rain is nothing.
Couldn't exactly tell her no if she stood in the rain for 3 hours waiting for me to come to the finish line of a triathlon.
Mike says the picturesque views of Philly you get on the run make it worth it, rain or shine. You should do it. You should try it one time. It's really fun. Everyone who does it, I think, loves it and wants to do it again. So it's not an overwhelmingly intimidating distance. I think this is good for a first big race. Justin Udo, KYW News Radio. At 5:02, it's time for traffic and weather on the tubes. Let's get a look at the roads with Billy Dawson.
Well, thanks, Jay. And right on cue, it seems like the Schuylkill Expressway eastbound has just reared its ugly head here. Coming around the Conshohocken curve, you're going to start getting really jammed up. I'm getting a look in the Neely's Furniture Jam Cam. Don't really have a clear view of what it is yet, but it looks like we could be dealing with either a disabled vehicle or an accident in that eastbound direction right through Gladwin. And on the westbound side, it's a heavy line right now from City Avenue up to just about that same spot. So we'll be sure to check into that and keep you updated. We'll go back down to the lower end of the Schuylkill here, westbound from Bear, still dealing with that heavy line from Bear up to Devine. Westbound Vine Expressway from the West Bank and Parkway, you're slow. The Schuylkill Express should merge on the eastbound line. Not a bad ride across the city until you get to that 95 split where it's just still heavy. It's been like that all afternoon. I think it's mostly because of the construction pattern on 95 northbound through Girard, but there was a disabled vehicle that they just towed away before the report, so maybe some of those conditions will ease. In New Jersey, we're still dealing on the New Jersey Turnpike northbound, approaching interchange 4, still dealing with about a 5-mile backup. That's because of an overturned tractor-trailer partially blocking the right lane and right shoulder. Next update in less than 10 minutes. I'm Billy Dawson in the KYW 24-hour traffic center.
Thanks, Billy. And now we'll look at our eyewitness weather forecast with CBS 3 meteorologist Matt Peterson. the overnight tonight, showers are going to be tapering off. Expect mostly cloudy skies and an overnight low right around 54. Partly cloudy then to start the work week on Monday with a high of 72. An isolated rain shower on Monday afternoon, not totally ruled out. Looking at highs in the 80s on Tuesday, mostly sunny, and a late day cold front could spawn a late day thunderstorm for us. 70 on Wednesday, a mix of sunny clouds. Generally dry, but a scattered shower not totally ruled out for the middle of the week. A bit cooler in the 60s on Thursday with showers likely. And then we're going to end our work week on Friday on a bit of a high note. A high of 80 degrees or right around it on Friday afternoon. And a chance for a shower or a thunderstorm as well.
Right now it's foggy, a little misty, and 56 here at the Broadcast Center on Spring Garden at 5:04. And investigators are questioning a woman that says they say abandoned her toddler in Kensington. The 18-month-old girl is now safe with her family. Police say 35-year-old Desiree Frederick asked someone to watch her daughter around 7:30 yesterday morning, and after waiting 20 minutes, that person called the police when Frederick never returned. There's no word on if any charges will be filed against Frederick. Meanwhile, it was a Kentucky Derby first yesterday as Maximum Security, the Derby favorite, crossed the finish line first and was declared the winner, but then upon further review was disqualified for committing a foul. Well, his owners are looking to file an appeal. More from CBS News.
An appeal is being considered in the aftermath of the stunning twist of fate at Kentucky Derby. Country House was declared the winner after Maximum Security was first across the finish line, then was disqualified for interference. Jockey Flavian Platt, who originated the objection when he claimed a foul, wins his first Derby.
Well, it feels pretty good actually. It's a great moment. It's a dream come true.
Country House trainer Bill Mott says
it may have affected it slightly, but I am going to say that it affected two other horses dramatically.
The infraction happened in the final stretch.
If what happened to us was the only thing they were looking at, I don't think you would have seen a disqualification. But it was mainly the other two horses that got bothered the worst. And they lost all chance.
This is the first ever Derby disqualification for an on-track infraction. Gary on CBS News.
Meanwhile, at a Derby watch party in University City, the reaction to the disqualification brought out some pretty intense responses. KYW's Andrew Kramer was there.
Rick Lurgo and Kevin Smith never met each other before attending this Philip Derby party, but they became friends real fast, bonding over their hatred for how the Kentucky Derby ended.
It's another example of where the officials and refs have taken over the sport. You have to let the sport play out with the people. 100 sport. You're going to need to replay to go bye-bye. Let's take it back to what it used to be. A horse win. We watched that horse win, not to win.
We probably didn't have to ask Kevin this. The answer seems obvious, but we did. Did you guys follow this? Did I
went from off money to down money. Congratulations. Thank you, referees. You lost your money today.
Rick did it, Dad.
But I'm offended because it has ruined horse racing.
We actually failed to find anyone at this party who was anything but upset with the finish. In University City, Andrew Kramer, KYW News Radio.
A popular seafood and steakhouse in Center City was robbed overnight. Cops say that just after midnight, someone wearing a mask with another McCormick and Schmick's on Broad Street tied up the restaurant's manager and made off with an unknown amount of cash. Police have yet to release any details about the robbery, and there is no information about a potential suspect. KYW Sports is sponsored this hour by SEPTA. SEPTA is hiring bus operators in skilled trades including masons, plumbers, electricians, and more. Visit SEPTA.org/careers to get started. It's time for KYW Sports and a very busy day here in Philadelphia in sports. Let's go to Ed Behnken.
Well, it's turning into a back-and-forth affair between the 76ers and Raptors in Game 4. Let's go to the center and get a live update from KYW's John Johnson.
It's 7:35 remaining in the third quarter. Sixers lead the Raptors 57-52. They trail by 2 at the half. Jimmy Butler is to thank. He had 17 points for the Sixers. So backtrack to the start of this game. 64 high school at both ends. Thankfully, Toronto missed 8 of their final 9 shots, allowing them to keep a 3-point deficit after that opening quarter. They pulled within 2 at the half. They're obviously taking the lead here in the second half. Now, Sixers lead this best of 7, 2 games to 1. 7:13 remaining in the third quarter. Sixers lead the Raptors 57-54.
Meanwhile, across the street, the Phillies are 1 out away. They're making it 2 out of 3 this weekend against Washington. They're in the top of the 9th inning, 2 out, bases are empty. And the Phillies lead this one by a count of 7-1. Bit of a strange game today as they played through the rain. Phillies getting 2 runs on an error in the first inning. It was 2-1 going into the bottom of the 6th when the Phillies broke the game open with 5 runs. Bryce Harper had an RBI single. Rhys Hoskins knocked in 2 runs with an RBI double. Zach Eflin attempted to sacrifice a runner to first and second with runners at first and third. Made a perfect bunt, which brought home another run. So the Phillies getting the run. Jeet Segura also the ground-out RBI. Meanwhile, it was a tremendous performance today by Zach Eflin. Went 9 innings his last time. He was set today, allowing 4 hits and 1 run. He struck out 5. So the Phillies 1 out away. They lead the Nationals 7-1. So Phillies in cruise control. A different story across the street.
It's a little different story. It looks like the Sixers are kind of getting together, but got one more quarter to go, see where this thing lands.
I think the accident has been put away by the finish. Thanks a lot, Ed. It's 5:09.
Thanks, Joe Passenger. You hear me every day on KYW News Radio. Come see me in Center City on May 22nd for a no-nonsense chat about retirement, house financing, and more. I call it the dumb things smart people do with their money. Kind of like the title of my book, you know? Grab a ticket now at KYWNewsRadio.com/Bill. Might be the smartest investment you made all year. Take the stage at Hard Rock Hotel Casino Atlantic City. Dine at one of their world-class restaurants. Enjoy fresh local pizza and outdoor fish. Or experience the modern Asian flair of Korea. After dinner, try lucky slots or tables with a new sports book. Catch disco live on Sundays and Sundays. Stay full of rock in one of Hard Rock's beautiful guest rooms. Book your stay starting at $69 one week at HardRockHotelAtlanticCity.com. Gambling from hotel permission to enter.
Products and look at the Certapro painters for loving my house even more. Transformed and freshly updated the spring by a neighborhood Certapro painter professional. The process was easy. I called 1-800-GO-CERTA. Set up my free estimate. Got some great advice on choosing just the right colors. Add instant value to your home and love your house again just in time for spring. Call your local Certapro painter 1-800-GO-CERTA or online at Certapro.com. That's Certa with a C. Certapro painter will give you the painting and live your life. Each Certapro painter business is independently owned and operated. PA contract is 004852. The war Olympian has been battling an addiction to drugs and alcohol dependency. Recovery centers of Middletown and Middletown. In addition to treatment for men and women of all ages, RCA Dental is home to innovative addiction treatment programs for first responders and individuals with multiple relapse episodes. For first responders, including military vets, police, and fire, RCA Dental offers a treatment program tailored to their needs for discretion, privacy, or camaraderie. For patients who have been able to maintain long-term sobriety despite multiple attempts, RCA Dental offers a specialized program tailored to their needs. Call RCA Dental today at 1-800-RECOVERY. RCA Dental offers inpatient and outpatient treatment with outpatient programs for individuals with mental health and eating disorders. Call today 1-800-RECOVERY. 1-800-RECOVERY. If you might be ready to speak with someone who has wrestled or more, visit RecoveryCentersOfAmerica.com. This is Showman of Steve Showman Marketing and Businesses to Watch. For over 27 years, I've worked with all good clients and businesses. Now, with all the new marketing tools available, there are free social media, email, and much more. Choosing the right marketing tool for your business can be a quick confusion. If you're looking for a trial and true successful marketing campaign, that's how Businesses to Watch performs for your business. I'm doing much to the volume. Westbound line especially, still dealing with that heavy volume coming through with that country to the north with the westbound throughput. We're going to go eastbound line, still sluggish, merging with 95 northbound, continues slow on 95 northbound past Charlotte, bringing things out on FDS Bridgeway. Back down to Delaware County now, 95 southbound, seeing a minor improvement here on the approach to the railroad, but it is still focused on the southbound blue route and railroad with straight line. We also going to see an increase in volume back up to 495 road, from 495 northbound to the 95 merge to the state line, coming across the 322, then change up down Delaware County. Then you turn it, still dealing with the 300 and 25 northbound, overturn traffic to the approach to the quarter of 5 miles away. That's what we're going to see. Sunday.com here at 11:24 and 27. Billy around, let's get a look at the eyewitness weather forecast. Rain showers are going to be tapering off. We'll see mostly cloudy skies tomorrow onward. There's the mission rain chances 54 to overnight low. Partly then on Monday afternoon, a high of 72 degrees. And isolated rain shower in the afternoon on Monday, not totally ruled out either. See highs in the 80s though on Tuesday. Mostly sunny skies and a late day cold front. Could spawn maybe a late day thunderstorm for us there on Tuesday. And another chance for a few scattered showers on Wednesday. Temperatures right around 70 degrees. Right now it's rainy, foggy, and 56 at the broadcast center on Spring Garden.
If you're injured in an auto accident, report. Call our Rockenberg Law Firm. For 49 years, we've been winning injured people, winning billions for them. The Rockenberg Law Firm, 1-800-624-8888, or visit us at injurylawyer.com. Depend on us at 1060 on your radio, on the radio.com app, and on your smart speaker. Just ask us to play KYW News Radio. This morning to participate in the 40th annual Broad Street Run. Number 2, an appeal is being considered by the owners of the Spa Park and Kentucky Building District and maximum security after the Washington Street Commission on Saturday. And number 3, Russian news agencies are reporting that at least 13 people on board a Russian car in Moscow have been killed. Multiple parties reporting that the chief and the reporter was on fire in mid-air and there's an emergency landing in Moscow. As you can see, Steve Rosenberg is on the Russian carpet.
Reduce the red tape, small
businesses. The first was introduced in City Council last week. Councilman Derek Green says it eliminates the requirement for businesses making less than $100,000 to file a city business tax return.
Anything we can do that can help small businesses operate without additional regulatory burdens, I'll come to this support.
Well, KYW News Radio.
Here's KYW's Lauren McCann.
When you think of Philadelphia, and what started here on the food scene, you might think of cheese plates and stuffed pretzels. But there was something else that Philadelphia introduced to the country. The banana.
Those days never knew what bananas were.
It was back in 1876 at the Centennial Expedition in Philadelphia that the banana was introduced. And Philadelphia's banana connection continues to this day.
My grandfather, who was a Lithuanian immigrant, came over to this country in 1900, saw bananas coming off the ship, and basically he started to roast bananas.
That's Mark Levin, CEO of M. Levin and Company Incorporated, whose grandfather, Michael, turned a banana push cart into an empire.
Well, like I said, my grandfather took us to on a handshake and would get bananas and give them to other people to sell who had no money. And so this we go out to sell them, make any money, come back, pay me.
It's become one of the biggest banana suppliers in the country.
We sell approximately 35,000 pounds of bananas a week.
That's a lot of bananas.
That's a lot of bananas.
Senate has now confirmed 100 judges. The roster confirmation vote comes after Republicans deployed the so-called nuclear option last month to drastically reduce the amount of time it takes to confirm most of President Trump's nominees, including district majority, saying they were bending the rules. With the record number of confirmations of conservative nominees, Republicans can have the biggest long-term impact on the direction of the country years after Trump is no longer president. Middletown, Washington.
It's awesome.
Women who do the work that sometimes goes unappreciated. It's a job that doesn't have a description that can capture all the responsibilities that come about. But it's very hard to honor.
That's coming up in the next 5 minutes on KYW News Radio.
Homeowners, civil landscapes, or all the
But having a quality roof over your head will bring this summer. 0% APR financing is available, so act now and discover the summer season with dependable roofs from Boston. Visit BostonRoofing.com to schedule your free estimate with Boston Roofing, Building, and Remodeling today. BostonRoofing.com.
Mother's Day is next Sunday, and this year's Snow Flowers will make you a pro at ordering the perfect gift for mom, roses. Now, you can give mom a dozen beautiful assorted roses for just $19.99. That's right, just $19.99. Order now, and you can double your roses and get a premium vase for an extra $9.99. That's 7 roses in a premium vase. To give us an amazing Mother's Day gift, go to flowers.com, click on the microphone, and enter code 2000. Give mom a dozen beautiful assorted roses for just $19.99. Or double the roses and get a free vase for an extra $9.99. Ordering flowers for Mother's Day, Pro Flowers makes it easy to order like a pro. The only way to get this amazing deal is to go to proflowers.com, click on the microphone in the upper right corner, and enter code 2000. That's proflowers.com, code 2000. Proflowers.com, code
676, the Boston Expressway, thanks to AT&T phone force tipster who just let us know that the eastbound violence over a 3-car accident blocking the left lane on the approach to that 95 merge is kind of a mess there all afternoon. This is going to add to some problems here. I wish you would keep that there with them. And if you're not seeing what you're seeing, you can get AT&T phone force tipster about 215-734-26. Schuylkill Expressway westbound, still headed from Bell up to the Vine, continues Sandwich Mass Vine to Girard, and we'll pick that up again from the Boulevard. That stretches along the river up to Bradley and things out by the field. On the eastbound direction, still doing us slow rolling, still moving volume here around the Conscious Hudson curve. The word was a spin out blocking the lane here on the eastbound Schuylkill Expressway. Down to Delaware County, 95 southbound, approaching the Blue Ridge, still heading things out by 222. On the northbound side, this is heavy volume from Delaware, really poured on the tires and
Over 1,500 game colors and expert advice you won't find anywhere. anywhere else. Get color inspiration with their online color visualizer at SherwinWilliams.com or download their Color Snap app and create your own color palette with over 60 stores throughout Metro New York and Long Island, including 2 new convenient locations, Flushing, Queens, and Barrack Street, Manhattan. It's never been easier to ask Sherwin-Williams.
Family properties and investments have been passed to the next generation. But while the business has evolved, has your accountant stayed behind? Bergen Accountants and Advisors examines the latest business trends, market conditions, and industry issues to maximize your tax advantages and meet your financial goals. Let Bergen use their insight to create innovative tax solutions for your family and your business. Visit BergenLLP.com to get started. BERDONLLP.com. Bergen Accountants and Advisors. We listen. We solve. We do.
Post-game show, the WCBS Mets Radio Network, as the Mets lose 3-2 against the Brewers today. And for the Mets pitchers, there were 8 strikeouts. Every strikeout this season, the Mets Radio Network will make a donation to Cars for Kids, a 501c3 charity. You can make your donation today at carsforkids.com. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today. Mets send up because of the offense not clicking, especially against Zach Davies. With this 3-2 loss today, the Mets are 0-3 to start this road trip that will continue out west, and then the Mets head back east. They'll be in New York starting on Friday night for a quick homestand against the Marlins. But first, it will be the Padres, who have been led by Manny Machado, who signed, of course, a $300 million contract entering this season, a 10-year deal that will keep Machado in SoCal for likely the rest of his major league career. And as far as the Padres, they have an impressive rookie pitcher who will be on the mound tomorrow. Chris Paddock will pitch for San Diego against the Mets. Paddock has put together a 1.9 ERA so far in his rookie year.
All right, well, I can talk with you guys for a few minutes. I really apologize for the weather and how ridiculous it's been today. Got our food options over here. It's a decent selection. We gotta get all the way up to the top of that map by the end of this trip. I'm gonna put you guys away for a couple minutes, so I'll be right back. I'm back. I'm a little thirsty right now. So you have my attention for a few minutes here. If you guys want to talk about anything, what do you got? You want to talk about today's stream? You want to talk about recent video uploads, videos that are coming up? Or do you want to talk about what I should order? This one's my favorite. Yeah, can I get it? What are you guys placing bets on which exit I'm going to take on the turnpike?
almost wrapped there? I haven't. It was kind of last.
Oh, that looks good. Want some horseradish with your coffee? He's a fucking douche.
Low near 50 in Middletown tonight. Then tomorrow's going to be a warmer day thanks to sunshine. Nice in the high near 70. Mainly clear tomorrow night with a low 52. Then most of Tuesday will be a nice spring day as well. Warm with sun mixing with clouds. 74 for the high. Cold front moves in from the north and west late. Shower and thunderstorm with that north and north. The rest of the area sees a shower and thunderstorm Tuesday night. Then cooler Wednesday, but still nice. Partly sunny. 66 for the high. Back to cool and drippy weather for Thursday. Only 57 for the high that day. Warmer Friday, but sunny with a shower, maybe a thunderstorm. 68 for the high. Cloudy skies over the Florida here. We've got a temperature of 51 degrees. It's humidity at 96. It's 53 in Huntington Station and 52 in New York City. WCBS News Time, 5:40. Smith Niece is furious that the Yankees have banned Smith's recorded performance of God Bless America from Yankee Stadium.
Susie Andron, who's now 72 years old, tells the New York Post, quote, "The people on the Yankees who did this are cowards." The ban came after allegations that two of Smith's songs had racist lyrics. Andron tells the paper, quote, "Aunt Catherine didn't have a racist bone in her body. She loved everybody." The baby wait goes on for Meghan, Prince Harry, and royal watchers around the world. The British royal couple have not revealed their birth plans or due date, though Meghan said months ago the baby was due in late April or early May. Royal commentator Victoria Arbiter says people are okay with the desire for privacy.
When the British public were polled this week, they all said they support Harry and Meghan's decision to keep this private, and I think that I'm glad to see that Meghan is getting that support, because at the end of the day, she's the one with the power of the choice.
The baby will be the 7th in line to the British throne and the 8th great-grandchild of Queen Elizabeth II. After 2 weeks in the theaters, Marvel Studios' Avengers Endgame has made more than $2 billion.
I know I said no more surprises, but I was really hoping to pull off one last one.
The world has changed.
Avengers raked in that money in record time. That 2-week period was a record. It took Avatar, the previous record holder for fastest film, to $2 billion, 47 days to reach that mark. WCBS News Time, 5:41.
Is your business paying too much for health insurance? Believe in better. Create a plan that's good for your staff and your bottom line. Create, the new answer in employee health benefits. With Create, employees save on top local doctors they know and trust. Unlike other solutions, Create saves money and improves patients' quality of care. If you believe a healthy workforce and a healthy balance sheet can go hand in hand, Create is for your business. Create, because breakthrough healthcare breaks the rules. Visit createbetter.health.
Being nosy is a good thing. Like if you suspect a natural gas leak in your home, get outside immediately. Then call 911 or your natural gas provider. Natural gas gives off a funny smell, kind of like rotten eggs. You may also hear a hissing sound or see a hazy white cloud. So if you notice any of these signs, get outside immediately. Then call 911 or your natural gas provider. Being nosy can keep you safe. From the member companies of the Northeast Gas Association.
WCBS News Time, 5:42. Let's get the sports first. Here's Darwin Zook.
All right, the Mets swept away by the Brewers today. 3-2 the final in Milwaukee. Juan Lagares did homer in the loss, but once again, the amazing struggle to muster any offense. Manager Mickey Callaway after.
Well, I mean, you can tell by their swings and what they're trying to do. If they're trying to just lift and separate and hit homers, I don't think that's the case. I think they're trying to battle. We've run into some good pitching. We still need to be better than we are.
Jason Vargas won 4 innings, allowing 3 runs. The Yankees at home facing the Twins in the rubber game of their series. Bottom of the 5th inning, the Yanks in front 4-1 right now. Domingo Germán on the mound, pitching well. Mike Tauchman a 2-run homer, and DJ LeMahieu a 2-run single. You can hear that game over on WFAN. GM Brian Cashman also saying today Luis Severino won't be back until after the All-Star break.
Caught on him is late on a fastball up, and there's one away. That's strikeout number 8 for Pineda.
It is 5:44 and 50 degrees in New York City. That's brought to you by Navien Tankless Water Heaters, the official tankless water heater of the Yankees radio network. And it is raw, as my mother used to call this kind of day. It's raw. And your buddy Steve Holman, the voice of the Atlanta Hawks, is hysterical that I use the phrase car coat, because that is an old-time New England kind of to explain what kind of a... Before they had down coats, they had big car coats, they called them.
Pitch outside. I certainly know the term car coats. That's normal. And Steve Holman is anything but normal.
Why is the voice of the Atlanta Hawks listening to our baseball games? Is he busy? Yeah.
Pitch is low, and the count 2-0.
He's probably sitting out on his deck in 90 degrees in Atlanta, right?
I don't think it is 90.
Isn't it supposed to be?
It will be. It will be. 2-0 is the count on Gary Sanchez. He singled in 2 trips. 4-1 Yanks, bottom of the 5th. As the right-hander deals, the pitch is outside 3-0. Probably, I'm guessing, because the weather is so lousy, that this would be Pineda's last inning. He's already at 86 pitches, so he'll get in the 90s before the inning is over. here's the 3-0. And the pitch is low. Gary walks on 4 straight. The second walk given up by Pineda, as I mentioned, he doesn't walk a lot of people. So 1 on and 1 out, and here is Miguel Andujar. To Miggy is inside. The count 1-0. We're not supposed to give personal messages on the air. That's considered a no-no. So I won't tell Steve that I was able to get in touch and be with our buddy Al McCoy of Phoenix. The Yanks are out there. It'd be a 1-0 to Miggy. Pitch hit on the ground and a base hit to left center field, rounding second, heading to third at Frankfurt. There were 3 injuries on the left side, and the ground ball was there to be back to the second baseman and the shortstop.
Felt regular?
So first and third with 1 man out on the base hit by He got the ground ball, so it's a 6:39 play. And for the Yanks, no runs, 1 hit. At the end of 5 innings of play, 4-1 Yanks on the WFAN New York Yankees Radio Network, driven by Chief.
Vehicles are world famous for giving you all kinds of freedom. The freedom of going anywhere, anytime in the legendary Jeep Wrangler. Motorco's 2019 SUV of the year. The freedom to travel in luxurious comfort with Jeep Grand Cherokee, the most awarded SUV ever. The freedom of taking in more fresh air in Jeep Compass with its available panoramic dual-pane sunroof. Or the freedom to push your adventures to new limits with Jeep Cherokee's fuel-efficient 31 mpg highway. So hurry and visit Jeep.com today for legendary deals during the Jeep Freedom Day sales event. Jeep Grand Cherokee has received more awards over its lifetime than any other SUV. Available feature: EPA estimated 4-cylinder 4x2. Actual mileage may vary. It's a registered trademark of FCA US LLC.
Catch the momentum and visit BakerTilly.com to learn how their advisory, tax, and assurance professionals can help you bring home a win. Baker Tilly, now for tomorrow. Shop smart and sing the food test. This week, spend $10 on the Bisco Oreo cookies with your club card and save $2 instantly on their shopping visit. Oreos, milk's favorite cookie. Shop food test. Tomorrow, every game live from the MSK broadcast booth. You're on the New York Yankees Radio Network. Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. Learn more at mskcc.org. Papa John's is the official pizza of the New York Yankees Radio Network. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Wake up with Boomer and Gio, mornings from 6 to 10 on the Fan. Here we go to the 6th. The Yankees have a 4-1 lead. Nelson Cruz will lead it off. 3 infielders on the left side. And there's a breaking ball strike. Susan has observed that everyone's put their hoods on and a couple of umbrellas up. So maybe drizzling pitches high. Stays like this, they're going to play 9 innings, no question.
It's good for everybody.
Is the weather going to break? Are we ever going to...
Tomorrow, it'll be nice tomorrow.
Oh, good. Be nice to be in nice weather. The 0-1. Kind of almost. I mean, isn't May supposed to be that way, the western of May?
Yeah, it is. For a while, it's May, the western month of May. Tomorrow, high is in 70, and it gets cold again. Thursday, we have a high of 55. This is silly.
There's the 1-1 Cruz.
Look at the flowers.
Grounded foul. 1-2.
This scoreboard update, our drive around the league, is brought to you by Hyundai. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today where you'll get a great deal more than a great deal. Tampa Bay at Baltimore was postponed. They'll play a doubleheader on the 13th of July. Seattle shut out Cleveland 10-0.
Flyers outside. 2-2 on Cruz.
Brandon Dixon, his first home of the year, was a walk-off three-run homer in the bottom of the 10th. And Detroit beats Kansas City 5-2. Boston beat up on the White Sox 9-2. Xander Bogaerts had a 6th home run. It was a grand slam.
The 2-2 is cut on missed on a breaking ball. And that is strikeout number 6 for Mingo.
Texas is beating up on Toronto. It's 10-2, top of the 9th in Texas. Rubio Odor had his 2nd homer. Espino Cabrera his 7th. And Houston is leading the Angels 6-3. They are in the top of the 6th, and they are in Monterey, Mexico. Jonathan Lucroy his 3rd. David Fletcher his 2nd for the Angels.
Rosario takes a strike. Lefty hitting, left fielder Eddie Rosario.
Carlos Correa had a 2-run home in the 2nd.
Foul back, 0-2.
These are all in the bottom of the 13th by Starling Marte, his 4th of the year.
0-2. Swung on a high pop in the middle of the diamond. And there is Torres to make the catch. He was on the first base side on the shift, so they're 2-away.
Philly beat up on Washington 7-1. Milwaukee beat the Mets 3-2. Milwaukee sweeps that series. Zach Davis gets the win. Jason Vargas the loss. Josh Hader has 9 save. They are in the bottom of the 8th inning in Colorado. Arizona's won 4 in a row, and they're leading the Rockies 7-3.
1-1.
San Diego is leading the Dodgers 4-3. They're in the top of the 6th in 6.
Thank you, Susan. Here, 4-1 Yanks. The 0-1 is hit in the air down the right field line, and it is going to go foul to the seats. So 0-2 on Crone, 2 outs, no one on. Top of the 6th, another terrific game for Domingo Germán. He has a 4-1 lead. Germán has thrown 86 pitches. And the 0-2 is grounded to LeMahieu right behind second. Goes to first to end the inning. So Germán undoubtedly will come out for the 7th, and if he pitches well, he'll go 7 innings. Breaking the Yankees bullpen. 3 up and 3 down. At the end of 5.5, 4-1 Yanks. The WFAN New York Yankees radio network, driven by Jeep.
For the Yankees, chasing the title starts with focused minds and relentless bodies. BioFreeze provides fast-acting, powerful pain relief to cool aches and pains so you can feel no limits. Cool the pain with BioFreeze, proud partner of the New York Yankees. Now available at all Stop and Shop locations. RWJ Barnabas Health and Claremont Medical Center are proud to partner with the New York Yankees radio network. RWJ Barnabas Health, New Jersey's most comprehensive health system. Let's be healthy together. Eight Actors Illustrated actual claims. Prior results do not guarantee civil outcome. Each case is unique.
When a car hit me, I called Salino and Barnes. They got us $6 million, 24 times the insurance offer.
I'm Steve Barnes. Is your accident case worth more than the insurance company says? Call us. You might be surprised.
After a motorcycle accident, Leo and Barnes got me $1.5 million, 12 times more than insurance offered.
I'm Ross Salino. What's your case really worth? Call us now and find out.
After I was rear-ended, insurance offered $100,000. Salino and Barnes got me $800,000. After my car accident, insurance offered $50,000. Salino and Barnes got me $750,000.
Is your case worth more than the insurance company says? Call us. You might be surprised.
They got me over $600,000, 9 times more than insurance
When you want savings to make you feel safe at home base, it's got to be Nielsen Dodge. With discounts in the thousands on all new Jeeps, Chryslers, Dodges, and Ram trucks. Hurry to Route 10 in East Hanover. Shop online at nielsendodge.com.
The new pitcher is Trevor May, and he is pretty much basically a power pitcher, fastball slider. He's been on a long time, and he will be 30 on September 23rd. It was years ago when he was the starter. It was 2014 when he came up. He was the starter for the Twins.
Well, if he's 30 years old, that means you can't trust him, right? Here's Gardner. Pitch to Gardy is swung on and popped him up in shallow left. On the run, Rosario crosses the line, but the catch is made by the third baseman Gonzalez. They caught it right at the top. That's a long way down the left field line. A pretty good catch by Gonzalez and went a long way. So there's one away. Here's the line on Pineda. 5 innings, 4 runs, 6 hits, 8 strikeouts, 2 walks. Isn't it funny, Susan? That's the same Yankee game. 8 strikeouts, 2 walks.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So 1 away, and now we'll bring up Urshela. He's 1 for 2. Bum takes a strike. 10-second station ID. Now the WFAN New York Yankees radio network.
The Blues force a Game 7, icing the Stars in Dallas today 4-1. Listen to Chris Moore after the Yankees on WFAN and WFAN FM, New York.
Here's 0-1. Pitch low. We don't have to really talk anymore about Urshela defensively. I think everyone now realizes this guy is, to use the phrase, this terrible cliche, as good as it gets. He could rival any third baseman. He's so good with the glove, with his hands. Great hands. That's not the point I'm making. It's taking too long to make it. It was the 1-1. Is low. But have you noticed? Every game he seems to get a base hit.
He certainly does, and it's the hitting, and I still love it when I said, what did you do to change? He said, I can't tell you, it's a secret. But he really has turned himself into a hitter. And you always knew, and you know, the confidence just shows more and more. It's not like when he doesn't get a hit, he's gone for the game. No, he knows he can hit now.
The 2-1 is low. You want to read that?
Sure.
Go ahead.
The Speed Report is brought to you by Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight partner of the Yankees radio network and official freight carrier of Major League Baseball. Learn more at ODFL.com. Brett Gardner has stolen 3 bases this year. And it's great to see Urshela do that because, when you get confident that you're not an automatic out, you play differently. You play much easier.
It'll be a 3-1. And it's low. He draws a walk. In the 1996 World Series, our favorite year, and in the 5th game, the 1-0 Pettit win over Smoltz. It was such a vital game. All 3 games were so vital down there. But anyway, in let's say the 8th inning, the Braves had first and third, 1 out. It couldn't be. Anyway, they had a runner at third. That was a time run. Maybe there was 1 out, but there was no runner at first. Pitch as a strike. And Charlie Hayes had great hands. And he was playing in at third. Javi Lopez was the hitter. Pettit fell behind. And Javi Lopez smoked a shot to third. And I'll never forget this. And Hayes nonchalantly just gloved it easily and threw to first for the second out. Then Pettit got out of the inning and wound up winning 1-0. Pitch a breaking ball to Maben. And those are the kind of hands Urshela has. When a ground ball's hit, you don't even think about it. He just swallows them up easily. Is he going to make an error? Well, of course, everyone makes errors. But Urshela can play third with anyone I've seen. And I've seen a lot of good ones. Brooksy, and Pete Boyer, and Scott Brocious. Here's the 1-1 to Maben. He's a right-hand hitter. And there's a strike.
Here's an interesting point that I think of every time I see Urshela, because when Scott Brocious got here, the reason Steve Michael got that trade done, and Brian Cashman and everybody that had started, was because Scott Brocious the year before batted .218, and they thought he was never going to hit.
There's the 1-2. And the pitch low.
Remember that? He was traded to the Rogers, and they had tried, Billy Bean in Oakland had tried Brocious. They tried to in the left field. They played him all over the place, and he never hit. And so that's why they got Scott Brocious. They weren't fleecing him, but they didn't think he was ever going to be a hitter. And look what happened. The next year, the man is the World Series, the MVP in the World Series.
He also drove it.
From the 9 hole. From the 9 hole.
2-2 to Maben. 1-on-1 out to throw to first. Nice play by Crone, getting off the back to make the catch.
Well, I think about that all the time when I look at sometimes that happens. Well, does that mean that he all of a sudden learned how to hit? I don't know.
Well, he was certainly a valuable piece. That was a 98 team at 125. Pitch is go outside. Well, the count goes to 3-2 on Maben. The homer hitter, Mike Tauchman, is on deck.
You have 100 RBIs from the 9 spot. That's tremendous.
Right. It also tells you a lot of people getting on base.
Right. It tells you about the rest of the team.
Yeah. Oh, we know that. What a team. Here's a 3-2. And it's line grabbed it short by Polanco back to first. Wasn't hit hard, kind of a looping line drive. So there are 2 outs. Polanco basically had it all the way, making the grab to the lead. So 2 away, here is Tauchman, who struck out and then hit a 2-run home run, a line drive bullet home run into the lower deck and right. For the bottom of the 6th inning, the Yankees have a 4-1 lead. The Yankee management give them a big fat pat on the back. They rescheduled this game yesterday, looking at the rain. The weather reports pitches low breaking ball. And they changed the game time from 105 to 405. We started on time. We had not had any rain, and hopefully we can get the final 3 innings in without any rain.
It really is amazing. It really is. We would have been sitting here for
3 hours.
Well, but some of us get here a lot earlier to try and get clubhouse stuff.
1-0 is low on the count of 2 now.
This has really worked out perfectly.
the 2-0. Pitch strike. But what he's given the Yanks is pretty good defense in the outfield and a little bit of pop. He has 4 homers and 11 RBIs. And 75 at that, so this is 75th at bat. Now here's a 2-1 from Trevor May. Strike fastball to the knees. 2-2.
It's going to be interesting to see what the Yankees do when they do activate Clint Frazier if they get a decision.
Could be Tachman. It could be Estrada. Tyler Wade, I think, is here because he had so much. He can play, well, basically, he can play shortstop or center field. He can do that. He can play anywhere. And he has great speed to pinch run. Oh, we'll see what they do.
Don't forget Cameron Maybin's also here.
The 2-2 is low, 3-2. Will there be a spot open until the others come back? X comes back, stand, etc. So, Maybin is...
He's played terrific.
Yeah, he's a professional player, no question.
And Hicks hopefully will be back next week. But there's no guarantee. The way things go around here, someone else could fall down the dugout step.
Yeah, you have to wait. You really have to wait.
Look at the Yankees are doing with now their number 1 and number 2 pitchers on the DL.
Pitches fouled off. That's tremendous. And by the way, I now spot 3 umbrellas to my right. 2 all the way down. And then a pink one a few ways back.
And there's one back in the Yankees. There's 2 back in the Yankees dugout, black and white striped ones.
It must be drizzling.
Everybody wrapped up down the left field line. Those people, maybe it's only raining down the right field line. Some people in left field line are just sitting there wrapped up in blankets. It wasn't too cold to move to get their umbrella.
3-2, swung on and popped them up down the left field line, and it sails into the seats. You know, that's what everyone always told me about Atlanta when I got there. It can rain on one side of the street.
Did you ever see that?
No. When it rained, it rained.
And Aaron Boone's got big heavy gloves on. He's all wrapped up. He's got his hoodie and his Yankee jacket, big black lined gloves. Luke Ford is the only one standing there in shirt sleeves.
Here's the 3-2. Grounded foul.
So meanwhile, Trevor May has come in and said 20 pitches already. They're not out of this inning. You know, Tachman always has had, I must give him this, I know he hasn't hit a lot, but he does have 4 home runs and he has good at bats. He has long at bats. How many times have we said that? He keeps fouling off 3-2 pitches.
Here's another chance. Now on the 3-2. Runner goes, pitch. This pop out of play. We'll see another pitch.
And we have one Will Williams and Arizona. They all went together. I think it was Arizona on the 12 pitches.
Second walking in, Urshela goes to second. First and second, 2 out. And here is the Mayhew.
We're watching a great little family drama unfold. A man evidently caught a ball in the stands, and there are 2 brothers. A little one that they were maybe 7 and 5, 7 and 4, and they're arguing over who's going to get that baseball.
With 2 on and 2 out. And there's a strike from Trevor May.
And the older brother has prevailed. I think they were 5 and 3, 6 and 3, something like that.
Yeah, I think the younger one might have been a little older. I think you're about right. You're very good at that. 7 and 4. Might be great. 0-1. Pitch cut on just on a breaking ball. 0-2. The Mayhew has a single in 3 trips.
Trevor May always had a great fastball, but when he then out of the starting rotation and just used that fastball on one breaking pitch, that was a really good one. A lot better.
They'll be an 0-2. Gosh, 3 outside corner. No runs, no hits, 2 left, and a 6. 4-1 Yanks on the WFAN New York Yankees radio network, driven by Gino. Yankee fans, there's a new chef in town, Chef LaFoods, makers of Mike's Amazing Mayonnaise, the official mayo of the Yankees. Mike's Amazing Mayo is a guaranteed home run. Available at top distributors. On sale, easy home to go. From one chef to another, don't try another.
Hey, it's Gio, and I'm here to tell you about my great experience using CertaPro painters. They came into my home, listened to what we wanted, made some great suggestions that we hadn't thought of, showed up on time, did the job, and cleaned everything up. It was like they transformed our home, and we hardly noticed they were there. Spring is on the way. Great time of year to transform the interior or exterior of your house. Schedule a free estimate by calling 1-800-GO-CERTA. That's CERTA with a C. 1-800-GO-CERTA, or click on CertaPro.com. As CertaPro says, we do painting, you do life. Each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated right here in our community.
Imagine your favorite road, full of turns. Imagine driving a 272 horsepower, turbocharged 2019 Acura RDX. Imagine the available super handling all-wheel drive having every turn with race car-like precision. Imagine no more. Introducing the 2019 Acura RDX. Everything we ever imagined. Visit your local Tri-Acura dealer or online at TriAcuraDealers.com.
Don't miss all of the action at Yankee Stadium this season. Yankees individual game tickets for the 2019 season are on sale and feature great games against the rest of the American League, as well as terrific interleague matchups. Get your tickets today at Yankees.com.
When you're in the office, talk New York sports with Domingo and Roberts from 10 to 1, and Carlin, Maggie, and Bart from 1 to 3, here on The Fan.
Yankee Baseball is brought to you in part by your local Ford stores. For great deals on Ford's full line of trucks and SUVs, visit your local Ford store. Check out buyfordnow.com.
Now here's Marwin Gonzalez. Now Domingo goes out for the top of the 7th, and he's at 87 pitches, pitching another terrific game. I mean, he's given up 1 run on 3 hits. He has struck out 6 and walked 2. Deals to Marwin Gonzalez, and there's a strike. Gonzalez is 1 for 2. He knocked in the only Minnesota run on a clean single to center.
You know, here's one of the great things about baseball. In spring training, Domingo Herman
0-1, strike fastball inside corner.
was almost an afterthought. Look how important he's become.
He's the number 1 pitcher. And he really is. You know, Benson's now on the IL. Here's the 0-2. Swung on and fouled away.
And Tommy Kahnle is now starting to get warm in the Yankee pen.
And you know what, Susan? He's another surprise.
Yep.
Because they doubted Kahnle because of his control problems, and he has run up tremendous numbers. Here's the 0-2. This is low. And we got 1 and 2. And how good has Kahnle been? Well, he's warming up here in the 7th inning of a tight game, 4-1. There's a line drive off the glove of Torres for a base hit to center field. A line drive, tried to short hop and it tore off his glove. It's a base hit.
And for Minnesota, Matt McGill, the right-hander, is warming up. Tommy Kahnle has been so good. He's got an ERA of a little over 1. I'll give you and look at numbers, but I was talking to him today, John, and he says, I'm not there yet. The walks bother him. Being behind has really bothered him, and he's really worked on that. You know, things that he was doing both mechanically and mentally, because, you know, you have to focus on doing what you're supposed to do.
Adrianza takes a break ball outside. Well, I guess if you look at the notes, I just remember seeing it somewhere. He has an unbelievable span of hitless innings or runless innings. He may have had 1 bad inning this year. Here's the 1-0 to switch hitting Adrianza, and it's low 2-0.
Okay, this is the one I gave last time. In 14 relief appearances, 13 have been hitless. That is scoreless. Oh, hitless or scoreless, yeah. He's retired 27 of his last 29 batters. He walked 2 in there.
Well, those are the 2 stats I meant.
Those are tremendous.
Swung out a high fly to right center field. Maven is back in right center to make the catch. And fires back in. So there's 1 out.
And now there's 10 straight appearances where he's not given up the hit.
Well, now you can look at our TV monitor and actually see the rain. It's raining, but it's not raining hard enough to stop it.
Now the left field hitters have their goals. Well, clutching their bats, it was bat day today.
1 on and 1 out. Here's the lefty hitting catcher, Jason Castro. And the pitch is low, 1-0. Now here's the in-game box score, brought to you by RSM, the official audit, tax, and consulting firm of the Yankees radio network. Minnesota 1-run, 4.
This level of damage, but the MTA is testing the air quality. The first test did come back, revealing the air quality in the L train Canarsie tunnel is safe and well below the threshold that would enter into a dangerous amount of exposure. Mike Smeltz, WCBS News Radio 880.
It's 6:18 at WCBS. Traffic and weather together on the 8th with Andre Farrell.
Lots of delays on the LIE in Queens if you're traveling between the fairgrounds and the Cross Island Parkway. It's going to be slow in both directions, passing Queens College and Casino Boulevard there. The southbound Cross Island Parkway remains busy. The northbound accident has been cleared, but the southbound delays are dissipating somewhat. It's just still very heavy as you make your way down towards Northern Boulevard. The merge there again to the LIE has never been good and it remains slow. So if you're going over the Whitestone Bridge right now, you're heavy in the Queens direction. You do have a better ride with the Frogs Neck if that works for you, but if you're going to go over the Frogs Neck, stick with the Clearview. Eastbound on the Grand Central Parkway, right around Steinway Street, coming over into Queens or the RFK, you're slow in that direction. Start making your way towards the B2E. Now if you're southbound on the Harlem River Drive approaching the FDR, that is slow right by the RFK. The West Side Highway, that's what you want to do. Go for it. It's wide open. Well, yeah, about 20 in, 20 out of the Lincoln, about the same as the Holland. The George is still at least 30 to 35 in and out. So you're dealing with heavy delays on the northbound Harlem River Drive approaching the George, and the southbound Egan coming down from Van Cortlandt Park is going to be a busy ride. We just cleared up an accident southbound on the Bronx River Parkway approaching the Cross Bronx. Still heavy northbound over by Country Club Road on 95, and southbound you're busy into Bartow Avenue passing Co-op City. Our next traffic update, that's going to happen in less than 10 minutes on WCBS.
5-day forecast with meteorologist Frank Strait. Rain and drizzle not as heavy, but still with us through the first part of the night. We'll gradually taper off from west to east tonight, heading in the city around midnight. After that, drying out and clearing, low near 50 in Middletown tonight. Then tomorrow's going to be a warmer day thanks to sunshine. Nice afternoon with a high near 70. Mainly clear tomorrow night with a low 52. Then most of Tuesday will be a nice spring day as well. Warm with sun mixing with clouds. 74 for the high. Cold front moves in from the north and west late. Shower and thunderstorm with that north and west. The rest of the area sees a shower and thunderstorm Tuesday night. Then cooler Wednesday, but still nice. Partly sunny. 66 for the high. Back to cool and drippy weather for Thursday. Only 57 for the high that day. Warmer Friday, but cloudy with a shower, maybe a thunderstorm. 68 for the high. Right now, 51 degrees. It is cloudy in the city. 54 in East Brunswick. 50 in Forest Hills. 51 degrees in the Bronx. 6:20 at WCBS. A caregiver's help event free to the public will be held Friday. It's meant to assist those caring for someone with Alzheimer's disease.
This Friday, the Alzheimer's Foundation of America is hosting a free event for caregivers. David German is a caregiver for his wife, Linda. The Watermill resident tells me his very successful businesswoman wife was diagnosed 5 years ago when she was 62 years old.
Not one person, not one caregiver could ever deal just with one Alzheimer's patient, because you really never know what is going to happen next. You have to be on your toes at all times. And psychologically, it's very difficult to see a loved one in this condition.
The free event will be held at the Edison Ballroom in Times Square. Sophia Hall, WCBS News Radio 880.
A piece of history now on display at the Museum of Jewish Heritage in Battery Park City. It's part of the new Auschwitz exhibit. Maybe what's most striking about this whole wooden rail car is that there are no windows.
This is a genuine rail car that was used in the transport to Auschwitz.
The freight car sits here outside the Museum of Jewish Heritage. Jack Klieger is president and CEO.
You want to, but you can't turn your eyes away. You need to understand, listen, and see the tragedy of what man can do to other human beings.
A lot of things need to be taught.
The central theme is that Auschwitz is the most telling example of what
700 artifacts, including suitcases, eyeglasses, and children's shoes. In Battery Park City, Peter Henkel, WCBS News Radio 880. It's 622.
Teen Whisperer. I'm Pat Farnack with the WCBS Health Wellbeing Report, sponsored by Valley Health System, enhancing the health and well-being of northern New Jersey. Anna Homoyoon's first book was titled That Crumpled Paper Was Due Last Week. Often called the Teen Whisperer, she approaches teenagers' use of social media quite differently.
Last week I was in 2 different schools in Milwaukee and Baltimore. I focused on helping students think about their goals and then think about whether or not their daily behaviors are leading them to those goals or away from those goals.
Instead of policing these kids, a 5th grader made this adjustment on her own.
She goes, wow, I used to look at my iPad before bed, but now I'm going to leave it downstairs and just read a book instead.
Another said when studying, she will leave her phone now in the other room. The entire interview at WCBS880.com/health. I'm Pat Farnack, WCBS News Radio 880.
True or false? Huntington Learning Center is offering franchise locations in and around the New York metro area. True or false? Huntington franchisees earn revenues 53% higher than their closest competitors. True or false? Huntington helps students
Here's the 3-2. And a bit cut on it. And threw a fastball down and in. First ball, 4 balls. So Herman applauds from the dugout. No runs, 1 hit, 2 out. Now the end of 6.5 innings to play. 4-1 wins. On the WFAN New York Yankees radio network driven by
Catholic schools offer academic excellence and Christian values in a loving, safe environment. Title goal here. Find a school today at Catholic Schools in Live Ottawa.
The official piece of the New York Yankees radio network, and right now you can delay it all simply the specialty for this call song. Find it as Super Hawaiian or Fiery Buffalo Chicken. Mama John's better ingredients, better pizza. And participating U.S. stores, taxes and delivery fees extra.
For more than 4 decades, Vincent Point has reliably served the people of New York. About 25% of the electricity that powers our city is produced there with virtually no greenhouse gas emissions. Today, as part of an agreement with the city, Indian Point is working toward an early and orderly shutdown by 2021. Until shutdown, Indian Point will run fully staffed and safety will be, as it has always been, a top priority. Learn more at SafeSecureBuckle.com. Indian Point, proud partners of the Yankees Radio Network.
What the sun ain't these days can be a bear, whether it's lunchtime or dinner time for your kids, for your family. It's Black Bear to the rescue. Premium Black Bear deli meats and cheeses offer you and your family healthy options for any meal. All Black Bear deli meats are handcrafted, slow cooked, and naturally gluten-free. On the go or at home, make Black Bear part of your family menu. Any way you slice it, ask for Black Bear deli meats and cheeses by name only at the ShopRite deli counter. Black Bear.
From wearing the same jersey to every game to singing the same suit every season. For baseball fans, there are plenty of ways to show loyalty. But for Hyundai owners, there's only one. And that's, well, find another Hyundai. Hyundai is ranked #1 in customer loyalty 10 years in a row. We're just driven to make things better. It's why we created America's Best Warranty. This includes a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. It's why we made car shopping better with Shopper Assurance. And it's why we expanded our SUV lineup. First with the Kona, the 2019 North American Utility Vehicle of the Year, and the first ever Palisade with Speed for 8, which we're introducing this summer. There's still room on our van wagon, so see your Hyundai dealer today. Now is the perfect time to add a Hyundai SUV to your roster. So test drive one today. It's your local Hyundai dealer.
No matter what you score, if you want the best, look for Pros. It's the same with National Transportation and the professional contractors who sell and install them. We have the training and support to ensure toll-free installation and long-term operation of your Nottingham system. And you want endless hot water for your home, so let the pros at Nottingham. The name of your professional Nottingham contractor is focused Breaking ball outside from Rio.
One round away in the bottom of the seventh.
And the deal finished the Yankees last year. One inning, one earned run, two walks, and one second. Checkouts. He did just get back. He had right shoulder tendonitis. So he just came back last week.
Willie sets a strike. Trevor Hill goes in there, no runs, no hits, one strikeout, two walks. The Yankees have a 4-1 lead. They have a couple of innings to go. To win the ball game, win the series, 6-8. Swung on foul away on this miserable day. The Yankees did a brilliant thing by moving the game yesterday from 1 to 4. And we've been able to play the game. It is raining now, a little bit. The 1-2 to 40. And the fastball high inside 2-2.
About where he goes out. And now, of course, I can't even overstate the importance of doing a home run. It really was an afterthought almost in spring training.
2-2. Struck him out swinging one away.
I mean, this is done doing the bullpen, it's done
Well, thank heavens for Domingo Germán. He's been a very big part of it. If the Yankees hang on, if they're both on pitching well, Germán will go to 6-1. That's 5 games over. And if the Yankees win the game, listen to this, man. The Yankees will be 19-14. 5 games over.
5 games over.
That's Domingo.
And they will have taken a series from the team that is over 500, so maybe they can stop all that. There was something to do about all that. You can only beat who you play. The schedule,
baseball doesn't work that way anyway. That's why I made such a point. No one talked to me at this season to Gary. Well, no one even talked about it. Kansas City, the worst team in the league. Beating Tampa, the best team in the league at that time. They beat him in a doubleheader. How did that happen? Well, baseball happens all the time. There'll be a 1-1. Another thing that happens all the time. Portions of teams go into slumps, pitch, strike. In New York, everyone is writing about the Mets are not scoring. It's just in a hitting slump. They'll break out of it. It's just too bad for them that when their pitching got so great that they stopped hitting. That's where it goes in baseball. It would be great to have all hitters hitting and all pitchers pitching at the same time. The 1-2 swung on and hit in the air down the right field line, and it is a foul ball for the season. The season, I guess it happens that way, but after it happened with the 98 Yankees, it seems like that. And you know the 98 Yankees from mid-August to, let's say, mid-September, were something like 12-14, 13-16, something like that. Even they, imagine that, they finished 114-48, even they have a history. Here's the 1-2 to Sanchez. Cut out and missed on a hard slider, way too down.
And that's just that pitch, that slider.
Here's the power report brought to you by Indian Point Energy Center, the region's most reliable source of electric power. Marlon Gonzalez had a 4th-inning single to knock on the only Minnesota run. For the Yankees, LeMahieu knocked in a run with a single. The big blow, the 2-run home run by Mike Tauchman. Now shootout, and Newar takes a strike. By far the biggest blow of the game. The Tauchman 2-run home run, a line drive in the lower seats and right. That's the power report brought to you by Indian Point Energy Center. Pitches outside. 276 on the WFAN New York Yankees Radio Network.
The Rockers tie up their second-round series with a 101-96 win in Philly. The Blues force a Game 7 icing the Stars 4-1. More later on WFAN and WFAN FM New York.
The 1-1 to Andujar. Swung on and hit in the air to center field. Buxton back. Way back. Makes the catch on the edge of the track in front of the Monument Park wall. So the Yankees are down 1-2-3. We go to the 8th. Yankees have a 4-1 lead on the WFAN New York Yankees Radio Network. The Audi Q5 represents everything we've learned from building one of the world's most progressive vehicles. With expectations of scattering technologies like available rear car assist. This car was born without conform. The Audi Q5
731 has been responsible for some of the biggest and most celebrated infrastructure projects in New York City, like the rebuild of the World Trade Center and the new LaGuardia Airport. Local 731 provides qualified and competent laborers to fill the demand that the construction industry not only requires, but deserves. Its members and leadership have fought hard for wages and benefits that open the path to the middle class that every hardworking American deserves. Laborers Local 731. Feel the power. There's a new way coming. It's supplying energy to your home or business. Sunway Gas and Power, the Tri-State All-Star Energy Supplier, reliably powering your homes and businesses. Sunway is energy simplified. Visit GoSunway.com to view traditional and many green energy options. Ride the wave to amazing gas and power service. Visit GoSunway.com. Sunway Gas and Power, making a clean start on energy supply.
This is Aaron Boone, manager of the New York Yankees. You're listening to the flagship station for Yankee baseball, the Fan, WFAN and WFAN FM, New York.
It's a very big out. He struck out Kepler. When he finished, Kepler was the tying run. So now, Adam Ottavino comes in, big right-hander for the Yankees to pitch the eighth, or start the eighth. He's got the big hitters coming up. Now, that's what they think of Ottavino. And these are pitching matchups against hitters. So Ottavino comes in to get the big hitters. Polanco, Cruz, and Rosario. Lefty, righty, lefty. Three very good hitters. And the right-hander Eagles in the pitch is high. 1-0.
Seattle set out Cleveland 2-0. Seattle will be here for a big 4-game series starting tomorrow. Boston beat the White Sox 9-2, and Texas has beaten Toronto 10-2.
There's the 1-0 breaking ball strike.
And the Red Sox swept by Milwaukee. Today they lost 3-2. The Yankees took the win. Jason Vargas with the loss here. Save number 9, Christian Yelich hit his 15th home of the year.
It'll be 1-1. We saw that in the booth when we were doing our lineups. Yelich hit one in the second deck. Long home run. 1-1. Swung on a fly ball to the fence. Cotton back a step or two to make the catch. First of all, it's dome, so you never feel the weather. Retractable dome. Secondly, it's a great home run ballpark. It's on Susan. I love it because it has all these nifty home run landing places. So many different ones. I can tell you one more thing I love about it, and I know Susan does too. Very unusual in this. As Nelson Cruz digs in, Ottavino deals the ball. If you're in the dugout, you want to go to the Eaton clubhouse, or Disney clubhouse, go to the door and you're in the clubhouse. You're in the clubhouse. I mean, I did this. 1-0. They said, well, I always ask people, well, where's the field? How do you get to the field?
Just go through that door.
And open the door, I'm in the dugout.
That's it. So it's how long? Corridor, 35 stairs.
Unbelievable. They built that as good as you can build it. It'll be a 2-0 to Cruz. And there's a fastball strike from Ottavino. Yankees lead at 4-1 as we play in the top of the 8th. Gets a shot of one of our favorite people. Cruz takes the breaking ball low. And the count 3-1. The head of the field operations for the Yankees, Danny Cunningham, this group does such a phenomenal job, and Danny is out there getting wet and looking at the field.
Like, please, just get through.
3-1, cut out and miss the fastball up. The count 3-2. Cruz 0 for 3.
Danny has a great weather app. My weather app and Danny's weather app are pretty much the same, but he's out there. At one point he had his chin resting on the railing, like, oh, pleading with them to please get the field in.
There's a breaking ball low, so Cruz is on with a 1-out walk.
Sloan Kettering Cancer Center broadcast booth. Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. Proud partner on the Yankee.
He was trying to get him to go on that corner. I looked to see if Cruz had numbers against him. Cruz only 1 for 4, but one was a home run.
For the home run,
We want to know where I'm champion.
it's a strike. No, I wrote this down. I never used it today. But against Herman, he was 1 for 3. With us with the 1. Request in-home estimates at windowrama.com. That's windowrama.com. Local Falcon fans are on their feet. All eyes fixed on the field. Across calls over the stadium and the radio station for the game. Brace yourselves and think to yourself, there's only one play to call it. So go straight to your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer and test drive the all-new 2019 Mercedes-Benz A-Class sedan. Furnishing the first era of the Mercedes-Benz user experience. Seamlessly connecting you and your car with natural voice recognition and a first Mercedes-Benz touchscreen. While others safely navigate the road with a very limited driver assistance system. Mercedes-Benz A-Class. For the future, it's the future. It's the 2019 2020 starting at $32,500. Mercedes-Benz. The best for nothing. Visit MDUSA.com for offer details or to schedule a test drive in your Mercedes-Benz tri-state dealer.
Games is brought to you by the New York Lottery. The New York Scratch-Off games are on sale now. Try your luck today and you can bring home a win. Well, our Sunday is going for a 4-hour stay from the latest Saturday. The 13-game BOA 2.19. It says 6 out of save, 6 out of 7 save opportunities for time. 12 are third innings, just walked 3 and struck out 17.
And the Twins have the time run at first. Marlins. a very defensive lead. Just in case Gonzalez points a single somewhere, 2 runs will score and make it a 4-3 game.
And I've always wondered how you can work a ball with a handout that you bounce into the plate and bounce away from Central.
So 3-2 Central is down to the mound from 7. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the inning. Ball 4 would load the bases. Switching Ray Adrianza is the next hitter. Here's a 3-2 pitch. However, that wild pitch moved the runners up to 2 runs score on hit. Here is Chapman's 3-2. Fouled down the right field.
schools are gone, unfortunately, now I have to talk with the other team. But if it's not going to stop till midnight tomorrow morning, which I think is a little bit funky.
And meanwhile, with Aloha Chapman coming into the game, struck out in college, Morningside Nursing and Rehabilitation Center sponsors this Yankee State opportunity. You're in need of inpatient rehabilitation services and skilled nursing care. Choose Morningside Nursing and Rehabilitation Center in the Bronx.
It's a home plate umpire makes wages for 2 people and got a towel, and he's wiping off the home plate.
The old wrist room doesn't work.
No, not on this. It's wet. You have to get the towel.
7 minutes wet, you have to have a towel. You're right. When you're right, you're right.
I know what I did.
Here's David Torres in the ninth away from the inside fastball.
Fernando Romero is in the pitcher on the mound.
He is pitching a little high, 2-0. So McGill goes in. No runs, no hits, 3 strikeouts, no walks. Romero, a right-hander, goes fouled away.
Romero last night pitched me with a strikeout and 2 hits on batter. And a center slider. Just about everybody else in this bullpen. He'd be doing this year in AAA Rochester. And he came on the 20th of April.
Just missed inside. Glaber just spun out of the way. So they go 3-1. 3 infielders are on the left side.
And Fernando made his major league debut last year. Last name was Toronto.
And he deals 3-1. There's strike 3-2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes on Glaber, leading off the bottom of the 8th. Yankees with a 4-1 lead. Swung on and fouled away.
The overhang underneath next to the concession stand.
Pitch is on. Glaber walks. First walk given up by Romero, 5th by Twins pitching. Down here's Gardner. And Gardner takes a strike. And they tell the story, a very famous story, because Tom Feller was involved. And he got called up by the Indians, and there was an exhibition. We used to play a lot of exhibition games in those days during the season. The players they had to do what they were told to do. There'll be an 0-1, the Players Association, the 0-1. Anyway, Feller comes up, and he's 18 years old, and throwing deep. And it's a dark night, it's raining, it's cold, and Leo DeRoche, who's been playing with the Cardinals, got up and lit a match. Home umpire. Here's the 1-1 Gardner. Pitch is low, goes back to the screen, and Glaber goes to second. I didn't think that hit the ground. Maybe past point, but Glaber's from second to no one out. Anyway, so DeRoche lights a match, and the umpire said to him, "That's going to help you see, fella." And he said, "I don't want to see, fella. I hope fella sees me."
Well, they gave him a pass ball on that.
So, runner is second. Gardner trying to bull ball, get him over the third, and then he can get a quote-unquote insurance run. A wild pitch from the Wild Wild West. The dog doesn't have to pull the ball anymore. It was Glaber, and that was a wild pitch over the head of Castro.
You can really understand this. And now the umpires are all everyone's going to mind. You can understand this. It was scoring. Are they going to call the Brown crew to take care of the mound? I mean, he was slipping, and they're calling out Danny Cunningham and the Brown crew were just something about the mound. He can't, he's scoring. And he just slipped. That ball slipped because he slipped.
Well, fans, come out to Yankee Stadium on Sunday, May 19th, when the Yankees take on the Rays. And you know what? They're going to put on the tarp. Well, they got close. They got to the bottom of the 8th inning and couldn't go any further. You know, I can understand if someone's going to get hurt. So they're going to put on the tarp, and we'll see how long we wait. It has to do really with the weather report. If it's going to rain all night, you might as well call the game. You know, Minnesota doesn't want to hear that because they're losing 4-1. Well, anyway, they bring on the tarp. Let's take 10-second station ID on the WFAN New York Yankees radio network.
NBA playoffs, the Raptors beat the Sixers 101-96. NHL playoffs, the Blues stay alive with a 4-1 win in Dallas. Listen to Chris Moore after the Yanks on WFAN and WFAN FM New York.
John Sterling, Susan Waldman back in Yankee Stadium. Well, they tried. They tried their darndest. And they got to the bottom of the 8th inning. Yankees have a 4-1 lead before they thought, you know, someone's going to get hurt. Romero lost control and he fired a pitch that went over everyone's heads. Could hit someone in the head, so they're going to put the tarp on, and it has to do with the weather report. If they feel it's going to stop raining, they'll wait until it stops raining. If not, if they know it's going to rain all night, just call it the game.
Well, and I don't know what the rules are. We'll find out when this is. But you can see, you know, the differences. The guys out there throwing 95, 96. The ball is falling out of his hand. He's falling off the mound. Someone's going to get hurt. And that's the whole point. You don't want someone getting hurt. You already saw Gary Sanchez going down, his legs going out from under him, trying to get a foul ball in foul territory near the dugout. You don't want this. We are so close yet so far.
Well, fans, come out to Yankee Stadium on Sunday, May 19th, when the Yankees take on the Rays. The Yankees in Major League Baseball are celebrating Play Ball Weekend. And the first 10,000 guests, 14 and younger, will receive a Yankees arm sleeve. And for tickets, log on to Yankees.com. So for our network stations, we're going to hold it here for a few minutes. Actually, we're going to hold it here for a few seconds. I don't produce it. I'm just here opening my big fat mouth. Well, we'll see how long they wait before calling the game. And in any event, we will come back and let you know what they are doing. Bottom of the 8th inning, Yankees have a 4-1 lead. And for Jack Maldonado and Susan Waldman, this is John Sterling. And we'll talk to you soon here on the WFAN New York Yankees Radio Network. Says, hey, we're